It's Friday, November 7th. City Council is set to vote on whether to approve the controversial plans to give Landown Park a multi-million-dollar facelift.
Another Conservative MP has quit the party just days after another Tory crossed the floor to the Liberals.
And say it ain't snow.
Oh.
We could see our first major dump of the white stuff this weekend. Your Morning Ottawa starts right now. Good morning. Happy Friday, everybody. I'm Will Aiello.
And I'm Melissa Lamb. Rosie is away for today. And we have it coming, Will. It's coming.
Here it is. There it is. Do you want to see it on your Friday morning?
No. The good news is we don't have to really worry about it today. It's Sunday, so this is how your Monday morning commute could be, because we are expecting a wallop of winter weather on the way for Sunday into your overnight. So this is how we could be waking up Monday morning. I'm not ready for it. Are you ready for it?
I don't think I'm ready for it, and especially because it looks like some of the systems are showing maybe 10, maybe 15 centimeters. So it's not like we're just getting a little sprinkle to get go. We're just jumping right in.
It's usually nice when we get a little 2 centimeters to start things off, and then we go to 5, and then we go to 10. But yeah, this looks like we could get a big dumping all at once very quickly. And I'm assuming a lot of people are like us and don't have their winter tires on quite yet. So
correct.
Yes, Monday morning might be a bit of a doozy on your drive-in.
Whoopsie.
In your news headlines this morning, the controversial plan to redevelop Landown Park is heading to a final vote at City Council today. It's a rare Friday meeting to discuss the $419 million project that would see a new event center for sport and music events, new Northside stands, and 2 residential towers. Opposition groups are holding a Lansdowne 2.0 rally this morning outside of City Hall.
It was one of the worst mass killings in the city's history, and now the 20-year-old man responsible for stabbing 6 people in Barrhaven last year has pled guilty, and a warning, the details in this story are disturbing. 6 people were found dead inside the home in March of last year, including a mother, her 4 children, and a family friend. According to the agreed statement of facts, Fabio de Souza, an international student who was living with the family at the time, told police after the murders that he was, quote, going to be deported and had no choice. I killed them all.
The victims and the community will be spared the further pain of a trial. I know that there are a lot of unanswered questions in this case. Some of them I simply don't have, and others I'm simply not at liberty to provide.
If there is a story to be told today, let it be about Tanushka's bravery, about his beautiful family, his wife, and his children.
Court heard after the murders, de Souza was scrolling TikTok. He never called 911 and stayed inside the house with the bodies for hours. He has been sentenced to life in prison with no chance of parole for 25 years. Family members shared how the mass killing changed their lives forever. The father, the sole survivor of the attack, said, quote, there is no recovery from this. Ottawa Mayor Mark Sutcliffe says he hopes the guilty plea brings the family some closure.
This has been a very tragic event in our city's history, and I feel for Danushka and his family. I've spoken with him many times, and I feel a great deal of sympathy for him and everything he's been through. And I hope that this is a milestone for him as his grief continues. I hope it gives him some closure, but I know that this is going to continue to be a difficult time for him.
After the mass killing, Sutcliffe ran the Ottawa Marathon in support of the father and in the honor of the victims.
One of the Conservatives who had been speculated to potentially cross the floor to the Liberals is resigning as an MP altogether. Edmonton MP Matt Genereux released a statement yesterday morning saying he ran in the last election hopeful that Canadians would put faith in a team led by Pierre Poilievre's Conservatives and that he wanted desperately to play a role in that vision. He did not elaborate on why he's resigning. This comes just 2 days after a Nova Scotia Conservative MP crossed the floor to the Liberals. Meantime, Mark Carney's government has survived the first confidence test of the federal budget. MPs voted to defeat a budget sub-amendment by the Conservatives.
Yeas pour 139, 139. Nays contre 198, 198.
I declare the sub-amendment defeated.
The sub-amendment criticized the budget for exceeding the $42 billion deficit threshold promised in the previous Liberal fiscal update. NDP, Bloc Québécois, and Green MPs voted with the Liberals against the sub-amendment to keep the minority government in power. This was the first of 3 confidence tests of the budget. A vote on a Bloc Québécois amendment is set for today.
The ongoing U.S. government shutdown is now the longest in American history, and it could soon affect Canadian travelers. Washington is preparing to reduce air traffic capacity in dozens of major markets as air traffic controllers work without pay. Experts say delayed flights in U.S. airspace could ripple through Canadian schedules because the systems are deeply linked. Travelers are being advised to check their flights regularly and expect longer wait times at the airport.
A man is facing charges in connection with a homicide in Leeds County that happened more than 2 years ago. 66-year-old Jill Dejanay was found dead at a home in the Toledo area on July 31st, 2023. Following an extensive investigation, OPP arrested a 58-year-old Smiths Falls resident yesterday. He's now facing a charge of first-degree murder.
The new head coach and general manager of the Ottawa Redblacks spoke to reporters for the first time Thursday.
Hopefully be here for a long time and build a consistent winner. We're in the playoffs each year, fighting for a chance to win a Grey Cup. That's our expectations. That's going to be our standard moving forward.
The team described Ryan Dinwiddie as Plan A after firing former head coach Bob Dice. Dinwiddie comes from the Toronto Argonauts, where he has won 2 Grey Cups in 2022 and 2024.
The Professional Women's Hockey League team in Vancouver revealed its name.
A force formed in flight. We are the Vancouver Golden Eyes.
I like it.
Yeah.
The new team was named after the common golden-eyed duck, a bird native to BC. And no, not the James Bond film.
The PWHL also announced the name for Seattle's team, the Seattle Torrent, a nod to the rainy Pacific Northwest. Both clubs will bring the number of teams in the league from 6 to 8. I just love that it's expanding and so quickly. Obviously, you can tell it's been so popular, and it's just great to see.
And I love the name too, and I like that we put it on there like it's not the James Bond, because I immediately go to like GoldenEye of James Bond, but killer names. And it is so nice to see the sport just grow, because even, that's a big problem with the Landown 2.0 project too, is because where are the Chargers going to play? Because the fan base has just taken off. So, but it is really great to see.
Absolutely. Well, in our forecast today, the chair's a little squeaky this morning.
Is that because there's snow on it, because it's rusting?
Perhaps. We definitely have some snow on the way this week, and we'll have to get the chair oiled before I sit back down. Temps this morning cold, though. -2 right now. Does feel closer to -5 with the wind chill. So yes, a cold start to your day, and we are using that world wind chill more and more as we head into the season. -4 in Cornwall, -1 in Montreal. Still milder for Trenton, Kingston, and Brockville area. The Valley also a cold start to the morning, even though they're not registering temperature-wise right now. It is below freezing mark in the Valley as well. It's a little bit of a cloudy gray start to your morning, and yes, some more little blobs of white on your screen. That is the snow. There is a chance some areas, we know yesterday morning Carleton Place saw a few snowflakes. We could still see some snowflakes early this morning just for the next 2 hours, and then it will clear up, and then we will get to see some sunshine late this morning into your early afternoon. Then around 2 p.m., that's when we're expecting the rain to start. So it looks like between 1 and 2 is when we will start to see some rain here in the city, and it will just rain this evening right through into your overnight, kind of off and on. So periods of rain off and on this afternoon right through into your overnight, and temperatures will actually warm up tonight. So we don't have to worry about this flipping to snow, and that's because temperatures will be warmer around midnight than they are this afternoon. Into your day tomorrow, we could start off Saturday with a few scattered showers, but then it will clear up into the afternoon tomorrow. We will get to see some sunshine, but then Sunday, you could see this massive system moving towards us, bringing that snow. So it will hit us late in the afternoon on Sunday. How much snow will we see? Some models are predicting under 10. Others are predicting up to 15. So we're really just going to have to wait and see until we get closer to Sunday to see how much snow we are expected to get. For us here, the forecast for today, you need your umbrella, also winter jacket, because it was cold this morning, but then milder this afternoon with some wet weather on the way. We, of course, are expecting that rain throughout most of the afternoon into your evening hours. Temperatures today will hover around 4 degrees degrees, and then warm up later on tonight and hover around 7-8 degrees into your overnight. So it will be warmer tonight than it will be this afternoon. Very similar temperatures across the region. Trenton, Kingston, much milder than us here in Ottawa, sitting at 11 degrees into your afternoon. 2 in Kittigan-Zibi, 0 in Mont-Tremblant. So if you are planning to head to any of the soccer games this weekend, we know both the Rapid FC are playing as well as Atletico. Here are your soccer forecasts. So beautiful conditions for tomorrow. It will be a little bit cool. The game, of course, set 3 p.m. Temperatures hovering around 1 degree, mix of sun and clouds, so a little cool. Will feel closer to -3. Bundle up, but at least you'll get to see that sunshine. The rain will clear out early in the morning tomorrow. It's Sunday, the day. It's going to be a very Canadian soccer game, as we are expecting snow, blowing snow as well, and temperatures feeling closer to -5. So make sure you bundle up regardless of where you're heading this weekend. For your weekend forecast, 4 is the high for tomorrow. Again, that rain clearing out in the morning, sunshine into the afternoon. Sunday's the day we're expecting snow. It looks like we could see around 10 centimeters, so be prepared to have to dig out Sunday overnight or early Monday morning. Temperatures next week, cold to start things off. Look at your daytime highs, way below the norm. 1 degree for both Monday as well as on Tuesday, where we could see a few more snowflakes. It'll look a little bit better towards the middle of the work week. No issues to report on the road so far this morning. It's a pretty smooth drive in ahead of you, so no major issues east to west, and we are collision free. Now let's check out your TSN must-see moment.
How's it going? Jermaine Franklin inside the TSN Sports Center newsroom with your must-see moment from Thursday. For it, we go to Buffalo. Sabres, Blues. Jack Quinn finds Josh Doan in front of the net, but Joel Hofer absolutely robs him. Hofer flashing the leather to keep this one out. One of his 27 saves to a shutout. Doan had the whole right side of the net and finds nothing but glove. That's your must-see moment from Thursday. And tonight on TSN, Tangerine Raptors basketball. Toronto taking on Atlanta. Pregame begins at 7 p.m. Eastern. That's all for now from the Sports Center newsroom. Have a great day.
Well, coming up on Your Morning Ottawa, Prince Harry is apologizing to Canadians for wearing the LA Dodgers hat during the World Series. I don't know if we can forgive him for that. We'll bring you CTV News interview with the Duke of Sussex, who is in Toronto this week. That's coming up a little bit later on in the program. Here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. Temperatures definitely feeling a little bit cooler this morning. Not going to be very warm throughout the day either. No snow yet. Precipitation on the rain side, but be prepared. It is on the way. But regardless, happy Friday, everybody.
We will never forget your bravery, your strength, your sacrifice.
The very best and bravest of our nation. These heroic souls stood on guard for freedom.
Join the CTV News team and me as Canada comes together to remember.
Remembrance Day 2025, Tuesday morning at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific on CTV.
Welcome back, everybody. Here are the big stories that we're following today on Your Morning Ottawa. The controversial plan to redevelop Landown Park is heading to a final vote at Ottawa City Council today. An international student has been sentenced to life in prison for the 2024 murders of a Barrhaven family. Alberta Conservative MP Matt Jonaru announced he is resigning, saying his decision reflects his desire to spend more time with his family. Full details on all that coming up. We're going to take a peek outside because we are talking snowfall. Not so much today, but start preparing right now for Sunday, up to maybe 10 centimeters on the way. Today, just a chance for some flurries this morning, then it changes to some precipitation of the rain variety. 4 degrees, that's the warmest that it gets. And taking a look at your roads at this hour, nothing to report at this current time. It is 6:16, so still seeing some light traffic. As things start to develop this morning, we'll be sure to pass along any information that we get. While Prince Harry is in Toronto visiting veterans ahead of Remembrance Day, he's also saying, "I'm sorry" to Blue Jays fans after wearing an LA Dodgers hat during the World Series. The Prince spoke exclusively to CTV about it as he met with some of the country's oldest war heroes. Here's CTV's John Venavali-Rao.
The Prince's visit took him to Toronto's Sunnybrook Veterans Centre, the biggest care facility of its kind in the country.
How old are you now? Almost 102.
Here, Prince Harry met with some of the nation's oldest veterans who served in either the Second World War or the Korean War, and the Prince seeming to really enjoy himself.
For me, it's the banter. It's the banter, it's the humour, it's the community that they are given here.
Here, veterans are taking part in creative art therapies, where both art and music are used to help vets with their physical and mental health. Brenda Reed, who's 101, thrilled to meet the Prince.
He certainly has lots of charm. You just talk to him. I practically called him Harry.
Prince Harry's, of course, a veteran himself. He did 2 tours of duty in Afghanistan with the British Armed Forces, saying he's just one of a long list of family members to visit veterans here.
My aunt's been here, grandmother's been here, my great-grandmother's been here. So it's a real privilege for me to be able to be here.
The Prince helping to paint poppies on a military helmet, one of several being auctioned off by the military charity True Patriot Love.
Just wanted to give you the opportunity.
And towards the end of the visit, a moment of levity, the Prince was presented with a Blue Jays hat. He was widely criticized across the country after being spotted at Dodgers Stadium sporting a Dodgers hat during the World Series.
I would like to apologize to Canada for wearing it. Secondly, I was under duress. There wasn't much choice. I was invited to the LA Dodgers box, or the dugout, by the owner himself, so I was doing what I thought was the polite thing to do. But I'm going to wear this from now on to make sure I don't make any more of those mistakes.
As for the veterans,
it was really special.
They seemed pleased to meet the Prince. And for the veterans, the Prince's visit was another reminder that their service is not forgotten. John Vanavelli-Rouse, CTV News, Toronto.
Well, I think we separate this into 2 categories. The first is love that he's hanging out with the heroes of our time. The second, we can't forgive you for not rocking the Jays hat. You can't just put that on after they lost.
I love that they acknowledged it too, being like, excuse me, we have to talk about one important thing.
Yeah, the Blue Jays. Maybe he'll rock it next year.
Maybe.
A Conservative MP has resigned just days after another sitting Tory MP crossed the floor and joined Mark Carney's Liberals. Let's check in with Bill Carroll this morning on News Talk 580 CFRA. And Bill, so this seems to be a trend. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I mean, this one says he's leaving for slightly different reasons, although he's not entirely clear on why. He needs to clarify it, though, because I'll tell you, the way he made it seem is, I wanted to be part of something big, a change. And in other words, you ran for public office, but if you can't be in government, it's not good enough for you. Like, you can't do enough work as a member of parliament on the opposition benches. There are a lot of good works that people can do on behalf of their constituents if they're in parliament. So I'm really disappointed to hear that. But yes, everyone is going to be asking the question, what does this say about the state of the Conservative Party? And let's get to it. What does it say about the state of Pierre Poilievre's leadership? He faces a review in January. It certainly can't hurt. He's got a little bit of time to try to straighten things out. I think the bigger problem, if you're Pierre Poilievre or anyone else who's been in opposition too long, is just simply job description. You know, your job is to stand up and criticize the government. That makes you look like a negative person anyway. He has that image now of being too negative, partly because he's so good at being an opposition leader, a pit bull. But if you're there in that position too long, it looks like you're there to stop progress, that you're negative, that you don't have ideas of your own to push forward, even though I would argue in this case, strangely, a lot of his ideas have now become part of this government's policy. So he's uniquely trapped, I think. We're also in almost a warlike footing where you want to be seen as supporting the government because of this battle that's going on with the United States and tariffs and the state of the economy. He's in a really tough spot. I think that's why you're seeing in recent months, even before the election, more of Andrew Scheer and others starting to do some of the heavy lifting of being critical of the government. You also have a media that has switched a little bit in the way we approach things. We used to see the opposition for what it was, which is, why do you oppose this bill? Now we hold the opposition to account. Well, what would you do? If you don't like this, tell me what you do that is better. So that has always been part of their job and should be questioned too. But I feel like the scale has tipped there a little bit. So yeah, it's going to be a tough couple of months and a lot of hard work for Pierre Poilievre to get this party on the right track.
Yeah, I think so. And again, we got to have that main reason for why he's actually leaving, because it's a little bit mixed right now. But Bill, have a wonderful Friday and a great weekend, my friend.
You guys have a good weekend too.
And remember, you can listen to The Morning Rush with Bill Carroll on News Talk 580 CFRA weekdays from 6 till 10 in the morning.
Coming up on Your Morning Ottawa, are you ready for this?
No!
Snowfall possible this weekend. We'll take your comments on whether you're prepared for the first blast of the white stuff. Here's a live look at our Skycam on George Street this morning. A cold start to your day. Temps right now feeling closer to -5.
Welcome back. Happy Friday, everybody. Today on Your Morning Ottawa, we are asking for your comments on, are you ready for the snowfall that could potentially arrive Sunday, 10, 15 centimeters? Are we into it? There it is, your future self in the coming days ahead. Let us know your thoughts. Email us at yourmorningottawa.ca if you are officially at this point ready for the snowfall. Melissa, from your face, it doesn't seem like it. Our director at this current time, Stephen, said the words,
I know. You know what? I think the part about the snow I don't like is driving in the snow. I think that's what I don't love about it. I also procrastinated to get my winter tires on, and then I couldn't get an appointment until the end of this month. So I'm going to have to deal with the all seasons, which is fine. I have all-wheel drive in all seasons, but it is not the same as having your actual winter tires on. And if you know anything about me, I'm a very nervous driver when it comes to snow and winter. Our old friend Stefan Keys used to have to pick me up in the morning, and now I have no one who lives near me who can drive me to work. So I'm going to have to brave the elements by myself, and I'm already nervous about it.
I think we take that as a no, I am not ready. Definitely. I don't think I'm ready either, but sadly, I think the shoveling will have to take place.
Do you know who's ready? The kids.
The kids are definitely ready. Snowman season is officially here. So we'll be hearing from you a little bit later on the show. That's what we're asking today. Are you ready for the first snowfall of the season? Send us your comments at yourmorningottawa@ctv.ca.
Coming up on Your Morning Ottawa, fundraising for the Ottawa Mission at the Blue Door Gala and celebrating the success of the food services training program it has. That story just ahead. We'll be right back. Good morning. It is 6:30 a.m. on your Friday. I hope you're all having a great start to your morning. I am Melissa Lamb.
And I'm Will Yellow. And today in our comments, we are asking you if you are ready for the first official big dumping of snowfall.
Yeah, I know my kids will be super excited when I tell them it's going to snow. My son loves to shovel, loves it, absolutely loves it, but I just don't like driving it. I think that's my problem with snow. I don't love the elements of having to deal with it on the roads.
I think that's a shared consensus too around the city. It's not about, like the snowfall or the cold. It's about the driving conditions, which will be impacted for sure.
Absolutely.
More details on that coming up. We'll start with our news headlines. The controversial plan to redevelop Landown Park is heading to a final vote at Ottawa City Council today. It's a rare Friday meeting to discuss the $419 million project that would see a new event center for sport and music events, new Northside stands, and 2 residential towers. Opposition groups are holding a Lansdowne 2.0 rally this morning right outside City Hall.
It was one of the worst mass killings in the city's history, and now the 20-year-old man responsible for stabbing 6 people in Barrhaven last year has pled guilty. And a warning, the details in this story are disturbing. 6 people were found dead inside the home in March of last year, including a mother, her 4 children, and a family friend. According to the agreed statement of facts, Fabio de Souza, an international student who was living with the family at the time, told police after the murders that he was, quote, going to be deported and had no choice. I killed them all.
The victims and the community will be spared the further pain of a trial. I know that there are a lot of unanswered questions in this case. Some of them I simply don't have, and others I'm simply not at liberty to provide.
If there is a story to be told today, let it be about Tanushka's bravery, about his beautiful family, his wife, and his children.
De Souza has been sentenced to life in prison with no chance of parole for 25 years. The father of the sole survivor of the attack said, quote, "There is no recovery from this." Ottawa Mayor Mark Sutcliffe says he hopes the guilty plea brings the family some closure.
This has been a very tragic event in our city's history, and I feel for Danushka and his family. I've spoken with him many times, and I feel a great deal of sympathy for him and everything he's been through. And I hope that this is a milestone for him as his grief continues. I hope it gives him some closure, but I know that this is going to continue to be a difficult time for him.
After the mass killing, Sutcliffe ran the Ottawa Marathon in support of the father and in honor of the victims.
A Conservative MP who was viewed as a potential floor crosser to the Liberals has resigned altogether. In a statement, Edmonton MP Matt Jenereux said he ran in the last election hopeful that Canadians would put faith in a team led by Pierre Poilievre's Conservatives and that he wanted desperately to play a role in that vision. He did not elaborate on why he's resigning. This comes just 2 days after Nova Scotia Conservative MP crossed the floor towards the Liberals. Meantime, Mark Carney's government has survived the first confidence test of the federal budget. MPs voted to defeat a budget sub-amendment by the Conservatives.
Yeas pour 139, 139. Nays contre 198, 198.
I declare the sub-amendment defeated.
It criticized the budget for exceeding the $42 billion deficit threshold promised in the previous Liberal fiscal update. The NDP, Bloc, and Greens voted with the Liberals. This was the first of 3 confidence tests for the budget. A vote on Bloc Québécois amendment is set for today.
Thousands of flights will be cut starting today at 40 American airports, triggered by the longest government shutdown in the U.S. history. And that could have major ripple effects for Canadian travelers.
They're not exempt from this reduction. They will be affected by it. And the question is going to be, what does that mean? It's going to be a mess.
WestJet and Air Canada say they are monitoring the situation and will look to minimize any disruptions moving forward.
After being formally stripped of the title of Prince, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor is now being asked to appear before U.S. lawmakers.
If he doesn't go, if he ignores this letter, then that will reinforce the thought that lots of people have that he just does not care about the victims, does not care about what he was potentially involved in, and does not want to be held accountable for his actions.
Members of the House Oversight Committee have requested he appear before Congress for an interview about convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein based on the pair's long-standing friendship. The committee does not have the power to compel Andrew to appear. Andrew has denied all allegations of sexual misconduct. The new head coach and GM of the Ottawa Redblacks has set the expectations high for his new squad.
Hopefully be here for a long time and build a consistent winner where, we're in the playoffs each year, fighting for a chance to win a Grey Cup. That's our expectations. That's going to be our standard moving forward.
The team described Ryan Dinwiddie as Plan A after firing former head coach Bob Dice. Dinwiddie comes from the Toronto Argonauts, where he has won 2 Grey Cups in 2022 and 2024.
The owners of an Ontario hobby farm have seen their head double in a single day after one of their cows gave birth to quadruplet calves, which already have names.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. These are poor little guys and very healthy.
I mean, what a great idea for
amazing.
the names. The calves were born in Kingsville, Ontario, and all doing well, each weighing between about 20 and 30 pounds. The odds of 4 healthy quadruplets is about 1 in 11 million.
Wow. Incredible. I want to know how poor mama's doing after that.
Yeah, definitely. And that's a crazy stat, too.
Right?
1 in 11 million for all of them to be healthy like that.
Man, wild.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Perfect names for them.
I like
Absolutely.
that too. Now, our new friends that have just been bored, 20, 30 pounds, ruffling through potentially some white stuff on the way.
Oh, yes, exactly. We have some snow on the way, unfortunately. We could even see a few scattered flurries early this morning until about 8 o'clock, and then that will clear up. We do have wet weather on the way then, of course, this afternoon, and same with into your overnight. And then this weekend, snow. We have snow on the way, but not until Sunday. And we could get quite a bit of snow as well well. We're talking upwards of 10 to 15 centimeters. Still sitting at -2 here in the city. Does feel closer to -5, so it is a cold start to your day. Warmer around Kingston, Trenton, sitting at 3 and 2 degrees. 1 in Brockville, still -4 along the Seaway as well. A bit of a gray start to your morning, and here's the little snowflakes that we're seeing. So some areas in the valley we're in, you could definitely see a little bit of snow to start off your day. Into our afternoon, we're expecting rain. It looks like it'll start between 1 and 2 p.m. and we will see periods of rain late this afternoon into your evening and overnight as well. We could see upwards of 5 to 10 millimeters of rain, so a little bit of a soggy Friday forecast for us. The good news is we don't have to worry about this changing to snow overnight because temperatures will actually be warmer tonight than they will be this afternoon. So we're going to see warmer overnight lows for us. And then into our day tomorrow, it will start off a little bit wet early in the morning, but clearing up into the afternoon. And then Sunday, make way for some snow. Yes, look at how massive this system is. So it looks like at this point we could see quite a wallop of old man winter on Sunday. On your drive in this morning, because we could see those snowflakes 6 to 7, just be careful on your roads. But on your drive home, of course, we're expecting some wet weather. So again, could see some slippery driving conditions later on tonight. As we look at our daytime highs, temperatures will be warmest tonight, but into the afternoon we'll hover around 4 degrees here in the city. Same way along the Seaway. Kempville sitting at 6. Warm around Kingston, Trenton, already sitting into the double digits into your afternoon high. So you're expecting rain and warm weather on the way late this afternoon. 0 is your daytime high over in Mont-Tremblant. Over the next couple of days, this is when we're going to see that old man winter on Sunday. So today, tomorrow, temperatures hovering around 4 degrees, a little bit cooler than normal. Normal for this time of year is around 7 degrees, and you'll see we'll be below that over the next 7 days. Tonight, temperatures will actually warm up to about 8, 9 degrees overnight and into your day tomorrow. 4 degrees for Saturday. Sunday, Monday, cooler conditions on the way, and Sunday's the day we're expecting that snow on the way. So at this point, models are showing anywhere between 10 to 15 centimeters of snow. So quite a bit of snow that will obviously impact the roads and many other things as well. Into the day on Sunday, overnight dropping to -6, so cold overnight, which means your roads and your drive-in Monday morning will be very, very slippery. Cold for Monday and Tuesday as well. Temps only hovering around 1 degree, finally warming up a little bit as we head towards the middle of the work week.
Weather brought to you by Manotick Place Retirement Community, a community you can call home.
So far, so good on the drive-in. No major issues on your roads this morning. It is smooth sailing east to west.
Traffic brought to you by Presler Injury Lawyers, 1-800-JUSTICE.
Well, coming up on Your Morning Ottawa.
It's time to play the music. It's time to light the lights. It's time to meet the Muppets on the Muppet Show tonight. Get things started on the most sensational, inspirational, celebrational.
You're welcome. That will be stuck in your head the rest of the day. A beloved Muppet is getting its own feature film. We'll tell you more about that and the major star power behind the production. That's coming up just ahead in our show. Taking a peek outside through our sky cam. Oh, it still looks a little crisp out there, but definitely the top story when it comes to the weather. The rainfall, then the change of snow. Full details coming up. Happy Friday, everybody.
The National Capital Region is jam-packed with incredible experiences you don't want to miss. Hey, I'm Sneha Taylor, your iHeartRadio Weekender, powered by Barrhaven Ford. Get the inside scoop on all the biggest and best events every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday on CTV, Move 100, Pure Country 94, TSN 1200, and News Talk 580 CFRA. iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barrhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford dealership, and Ontario's #1 Ford EV dealer.
Hey, Ottawa, know someone who secretly makes our city amazing? We want to hear about them.
You know, the kind of person who goes above and beyond without ever asking for anything in return.
Because Move 100, CTV, and Lazy Boy want to give them a huge shout-out.
We're searching for Ottawa's unsung heroes, the everyday people doing extraordinary things. Nominate someone for a chance to win them a $5,000 Lazy Boy gift card.
Nominate your local hero today.
Let's celebrate those who make Ottawa a better place.
Welcome back, everybody. Here are the big stories happening today on Your Morning Ottawa. The controversial plan to redevelop Landown Park is heading to a final vote at Ottawa City Council today. An international student has been sentenced to life in prison for the 2024 murders of a Barrhaven family, and U.S. officials are slashing air traffic at several major airports, which experts say could have a major effect on Canadian travel. We'll take a look at what the next few days has in store for your forecast, Melissa.
We are expecting cooler conditions over the next few days, and yes, some snow on the way into Sunday. Today we could see a few flurries in some areas, especially out in the valley early this morning, rain into the afternoon. Temperatures will hover around 4 degrees tomorrow morning. A little bit of showers in the morning, sunshine in the afternoon, temps still hovering around 4, then cooler on Sunday, a daytime high of only 2 degrees, and we could see upwards of 10 to 15 centimeters of snow. On your drive-in this hour, traffic is still looking good on your Friday. No major issues east to west. It is smooth sailing.
It was a night to celebrate the success of the food services program at the Ottawa Mission. For more than 2 decades, the Blue Door Gala has raised funds to help hundreds of clients train and find jobs as chefs. Here's more from CTV's Sean Varden.
The 21st annual Blue Door Gala taking over the Infinity Convention Center Thursday night.
In my remarks tonight, I'm going to refer to some students I've been running into over the last while, graduates, former graduates of the program, and just how invigorating that is to see that we've actually made a difference in those people's lives.
Hopefully we can get your attention just for a little bit. I've got some thank yous.
A signature fundraiser for the Ottawa Mission, named after the mission's distinctive blue front door. Funds raised supporting the Food Services Training Program and the new Maintenance Services Training Program.
This is what Ottawa's all about. I mean, you see hundreds of people who are regularly out to support charitable events. People talk about good causes. This is one of so many.
I've worked with both kinds.
The community coming out in force, hundreds in attendance, including members of the Bell Media team.
And welcome to the Blue Door Gala.
CTV's Jackie Perez invited to MC the special night, which included a live auction and prizes for those attending. The night also featured a 4-course gourmet meal prepared by Chef Rick, the Food Services Training Program students, and several guest chefs.
It absolutely changes their life. It gives them everything they need to be successful. So they come into the program with no job, no hope. They just really need the support, and we give it to them.
That program based a 90% employment rate after graduation. Chef Rick says over 400 students have graduated from it in the past 21 years.
The community is unbelievable. It's amazing. Our donors are amazing. We wouldn't have this program if it wasn't for our donors.
Organizers say this year's Blue Door Gala has raised over $300,000. Sean Varden, CTV News.
So today on your Friday, we are asking you, are you ready for the first snowfall of the season? And here's what some of you had to say.
Elaine says, no.
I love that.
I'm not ready for snow. I am never ready for snow. I'm a Hawaiian surfer girl, not a snow bunny.
Oh.
Hey, surfer guy over here.
Yes.
I think we should go on a triple lane.
Elaine, I'm with ya. Bill says yes, brushes in the van, snow tires on, oil change, shovels and snowblower tuned up and in the garage.
Bill is prepped.
Bill is prepared. I'm envious, Bill, because I am not ready.
See, Pamela is. Pamela says, well, the snow is beautiful. I am not ready. We know it's coming, but when it does, it's such a change. Plus, we are not getting our winter tires on until the end of the month. Like Melissa and I, stay safe.
You and I both, Pamela, and Will too. Fran says, I am not a fan of winter and all that if it never comes. I would be happy, sadly, not looking forward to the first snowfall or any that come after it. So honest, Fran. I'm with you.
I always find it funny because we live in this place that we get so much
we live
of
in
it.
Canada. Yeah, we live in Ottawa. We get so much snow, but yeah, we're like, we don't like it. Why do we live here?
But we don't leave. Sylvia says, I love the look of snow, but would prefer if it came December 23rd and melted December 27th. I have an appointment to get my winter tires put on this Monday. but now we'll have to leave even earlier with the snowfall.
Fran, I like your plan. I am with you. 23rd to 27th, perfect. Just a couple days of snow, make it pretty for Christmas, have a white Christmas, and then see ya.
Yeah, because then if you want to go, you know, enjoy the snowboarding or skiing or something, you travel somewhere else to go do that.
Travel 2 hours.
I like it. Well, we'll be hearing from you a little bit later on in the show. We are asking, are you ready for the first snowfall as it potentially arrives into Sunday, 10 to maybe 15 centimeters? Send us your comments at yourmorningottawa@ctv.ca.
Coming up on Your Morning Ottawa, Spotify is facing a massive class action lawsuit over inflated streaming numbers, and a Canadian music superstar is at the center of the drama. We'll tell you more on that just ahead. Here's a live look through our Skycam on George Street this morning, and just imagine, Monday morning, it's going to look completely white in this Skycam. Not ready for it, are you? Of course, join our conversation and let us know. Cold right now, feels like -5. It is time for your morning fix, and she is best known as the sidekick to a very famous frog, but now an iconic character of TV and movie is getting her own feature film. Jennifer Lawrence and Emma Stone are co-producing an upcoming movie starring Miss Piggy. The film will be written by Tony Award-winning comedian Cole Escola. There is no word on when we can expect to see the film or who else will star in it. This is the second major Muppet project announced this year. Seth Rogen is also producing a reboot of the classic Muppet Show, with pop star Sabrina Carpenter set to star in the first episode. I love that the Muppets are getting some love lately.
I was going to say, the Muppets are taking over with all this.
I mean, I loved Miss Piggy growing up and Kermit the Frog. And now, you know, my kids don't really know them when I say it. They're like, who are you talking about? It's so nice to know that they're getting some love and a little bit of a reboot.
Reintroduce them to what we had as our childhood.
Exactly. Well, Katy Perry has dropped a new song and music video. Perry's song Band-Aids appears to be about her recent separation from fiancé Orlando Bloom. Perry and Bloom split earlier this year, and since then she started dating former Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau.
I cannot wait, and I mean, we might not get it, but I really hope that she creates a song and
about
is very
him.
strategic about some of the lyrics, because like there's so much to do there to play with.
For sure. And I mean, you know, if she's anything like Taylor Swift, we know that he would be in there.
Oh,
you
yeah.
usually write about your own experiences, so time will tell.
Yeah, it's probably only if things go sideways then we'll hear a song.
Yeah, just don't break her heart. Canadian rap superstar Drake is at the center of a major class action lawsuit against Spotify. It's alleged that millions of streams were artificially boosted, meaning Drake and other artists benefited with inflated payouts.
If we don't have strict rules and laws around streaming of music, we're going to see a lot of fabricated numbers. It would benefit them a lot to exaggerate the amount of people that are using the streaming service.
Spotify denies any wrongdoing, saying it uses top-tier systems to fight artificial streaming. Drake isn't named as a defendant, but his name appears 32 times in the filing. The lawsuit points to him as a high-profile example, but claims the issue goes far beyond one artist.
I mean,
yikes.
It's, you know what, too, about it, like, obviously with AI causing so many problems, especially in the music world, but it's funny, because someone like Drake, like, do you really need those extra clicks? Like, you're already a top name in the entire industry. People are going to go listen to it regardless whether they like it or not. You're probably at least getting those first streams.
I wonder if it had something to do with his ongoing feud with Kendrick Lamar, who also, you know, was so popular, almost more popular than Drake the last few years. I'm like, maybe he was feeling it and tried to boost his ego. Like, I don't know. That's just what I went. That's where my brain went when I heard it.
And sadly, we might not ever know the full
we may
story.
not. We may not.
Well, coming up a little bit later on in our show, we learn more about the Izzy Doll campaign at the Canada Aviation and Space Museum and the museum's programming for Remembrance Day. Plus, we learn more about creatine and how you can reap the benefits of that supplement. And we are checking out, of course, this week's new movies with Mr. Hollywood. Don't want to miss all that coming up. We're taking a peek outside through our Centennial Glass Skycam. No snow yet, but it is on the way. Sunday, 10, 15, 20, 25 centimeters? No, that's too much. Maybe 10. Stay with us, everybody. We'll be right back. It's Friday, November 7th. City Council is set to vote on whether to approve the controversial plans to give Landown Park a multi-million-dollar facelift.
Another Conservative MP has quit the party just days after another Tory crossed the floor to the Liberals.
And say it ain't snow. We could see our first major dump of that white stuff this weekend. Your Morning Ottawa continues right now. Good morning, everybody, and happy Friday. I'm Will Aiello.
I'm Melissa Lamb. Rosie is away for today, and yes, we are talking about snow already. It feels like it just crept up on us because it's been so warm and mild, and I feel like just a couple days ago I was like above seasonal, record-breaking warmth, and now it's like snow. It's crazy how fast that can change.
Yeah, snow in like a good amount for our first amount that we're going to see, and below seasonal temperatures really like over the next several days.
Yeah.
All right, we will get into those snow, cold details coming up. We're going to start with the news headlines, though. The controversial plan to redevelop Landown Park is heading to a final vote at Ottawa City Council today. It is a rare Friday meeting to discuss the $419 million project that would see a new event center for sport and music events, new north side stands, and 2 residential towers. Opposition groups are holding a Lansdowne 2.0 rally this morning right outside City Hall.
It was one of the worst mass killings in the city's history, and now the 20-year-old man responsible for stabbing 6 people in Barrhaven last year has pled guilty. And a warning, the details in this story are disturbing. 6 people were found dead inside a home in March of last year, including a mother, her 4 children, and a family friend. According to the agreed statement of facts, Fabio de Souza, an international student who was living with the family at the time, told police after the murders that he, quote, was going to be deported and had no choice. I killed them all.
The victims and the community will be spared the further pain of a trial. I know that there are a lot of unanswered questions in this case. Some of them I simply don't have, and others I'm simply not at liberty to provide.
If there is a story to be told today, let it be about Tanushka's bravery, about his beautiful family, his wife, and his children.
De Souza has been sentenced to life in prison with no chance of parole for 25 years. The father, the sole survivor of the attack, said, quote, there is no recovery from this. Ottawa Mayor Mark Sutcliffe says he hopes the guilty plea brings the family some closure.
This has been a very tragic event in our city's history, and I feel for Danushka and his family. I've spoken with him many times, and I feel a great deal of sympathy for him and everything he's been through, and I hope that this is a milestone for him as his grief continues. I hope it gives him some closure, but I know that this is going to continue to be a difficult time for him.
After the mass killing, Sutcliffe ran the Ottawa Marathon in support of the father and in honor of the victims.
A Conservative MP who is viewed as a potential floor crosser to the Liberals has resigned altogether. In a statement, Edmonton MP Matt Jonaru said he ran in the last election hopeful that Canadians would put faith in a team led by Pierre Poilievre's Conservatives and that he wanted so desperately to play a role in that vision. He did not elaborate on why he's resigning, but this comes just 2 days after a Nova Scotia Conservative MP crossed the floor towards the Liberals.
Thousands of flights will be cut starting today at 40 American airports, triggered by the longest government shutdown in the U.S. history. And that could have major ripple effects for Canadian travelers.
They're not exempt from this reduction. They will be affected by it. And the question is going to be, what does that mean? It's going to be a mess.
WestJet and Air Canada say they are monitoring the situation and will look to minimize any disruptions moving forward.
Prince Harry is apologizing to Canada for wearing an LA Dodgers hat during the World Series against the Toronto Blue Jays.
I'd like to apologize to Canada for wearing it. Secondly, I was under duress. There wasn't much choice. I was invited to the LA Dodgers box, or the dugout, by the owner himself, so I was doing what I thought was the polite thing to do. But I'm going to wear this from now on to make sure I don't make any more of those mistakes.
He made the comments during his visit towards Toronto. Prince Harry and his wife, Meghan Markle, were both seen wearing Dodgers ball caps at the World Series game in Los Angeles last week. He also said it helped to cover up his thinning hair. Some Blue Jays fans, though, not so happy with that.
And it's a way to honor veterans that made a significant difference during the wars. The City of Ottawa honoring one local veteran with a commemorative street naming ceremony.
Elsa Lessard was a beloved veteran who had an interesting part in World War II. As a member of the Women's Royal Canadian Naval Service, she intercepted secret German radio messages during the Battle of the Atlantic.
Melissa Lessard lived for many years in Ottawa, where she died at 103 years old in July.
It's amazing, too, to see like those stories that come out from that. Like, you would never think, like, today, that those are people's jobs, you know, like reading secret radio messages for the opposition. It's just another step in history when you look at something like that.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we do have your weather picture of the day today. Look at this beautiful shot. It was sent to us from Rowan. It's my window to the world this morning. A bit cold today, but the view is worth it.
Weather picture brought to you by Box Me Up. Moving, staging, renovating, just box me up.
Of course, we love seeing your weather pictures, and you can be featured right here on the show. All you have to do is send us an email, weathershots@ctv.ca. Again, that email address is weathershots@ctv.ca. And in our forecast for today, you may not like what we have in store for you as we head into Sunday. Even today, we're dealing with cold temperatures below seasonal, even for your morning temps. We are sitting at -2, feels closer to -5 this hour. It's still cold in Pembroke, even though they're not registering as well this morning. 3 for Kingston, 2 in Trenton, 0 in Pembroke right now. It just picked up. 1 in Brockville, -3 as well along the Seaway. So we're seeing cloudy conditions to start things off. Some areas could see a few little scattered flurries early this morning, but that will clear up within the next hour. Then into your day ahead, we're expecting rain. Starting, it looks like between 1 and 2 this afternoon is when we will start to see this rain, and it will continue into your evening, into your overnight as well. So periods of rain over the next several hours. We could see upwards of 5 to 10 millimeters of rain in the forecast. Could still see a little bit of rain early tomorrow morning, but then clearing up into the afternoon with some sunshine. Enjoy it, because as we head into Sunday, we are expecting some snow. It looks like throughout most of the day on Sunday, we're expecting snow, and we could see at this point upwards of anywhere from 10 to 15 centimeters of snow on Sunday. Temps today will hover around 4 degrees into your afternoon, and we are expecting all that wet weather, so 5 to 10 millimeters, a little bit of a wet Friday forecast for us. It's below seasonal as well. Normal for this time of year is around 7 degrees, and we will be below that today and over the next several days as well. For kids heading out to the school bus this morning, again, chance of those early scattered flurries, but for the most part, we're seeing cloudy conditions, and temps this morning a little bit cold, feeling closer to -5. If you are heading to the soccer games this weekend, of course, we have some playoff soccer happening here in the capital. Saturday, we have the Rapid FC playing. Temperatures around 3 p.m., sitting around 1 degree, feeling closer to -3, but at least they'll get to see that sunshine, because Atletico, of course, is also playing on Sunday, and it looks like it's going to be a very Canadian soccer game with lots of snow on the way. Temperatures will feel closer to -5 Sunday evening. So if you are heading to the games, make sure you bundle up this weekend, because it will be a chilly one. Over the next 7 days, you'll see below seasonal temperatures. Even next week when we warm up, it's still a little bit below the norm. 4 degrees for tomorrow overnight, dropping to -3, 2 on Sunday. Again, all that snow on the way. 10 to 15 centimeters is what we're expecting as we head into next week. Still cooler to start off your Monday and Tuesday forecast. Monday will be the messy drive-in, of course, as we dig out from this system. And then as we head into Wednesday, Thursday, finally some calmer conditions, sunshine, but still a little bit below the norm.
7-day weather forecast brought to you by Davidson Hearing Aid Centers, celebrating over 80 years in family business.
And on your drive in this morning, so far so good. No major issues east to west. It's smooth sailing at the split in through downtown, nice and easy this hour, and we are collision free.
Well, it's a heartwarming donation that will help children around the world. A local retirement home in Kentville donated 883 Izzy dolls to support and comfort children around the world. The Canada Aviation and Space Museum will be collecting the dolls all month long. Joining us today to tell us a little bit more about the initiative are Audrey and Andrea from the Canada Aviation and Space Museum. Good morning to the two of you.
Good morning, Will.
This is so wonderful. Before we get into the donation, I want to talk about the significance of the Izzy dolls themselves.
Yes. Yeah, so the Izzy Doll started with Master Corporal Mark Isfeld. He was a peacekeeper and a Canadian soldier in the early 90s. And when he was overseas, his mother knit him or crocheted him a bunch of little dolls that fit in his uniform pocket, which he would hand out to kids there who had basically nothing. Unfortunately, he was killed in a landmine incident over there, but his fellow soldiers asked his mother to keep making the dolls, and they continued to give them out, and the rest is history. Now very many charities hand them out to children in need across the world.
It's so amazing, and you must see, obviously, with all the donations, what a difference it is with the children having something like that, with the comfort.
It's wonderful.
It's so amazing, and so many donations too, and all for the museum. Can we talk a little bit about that as well?
Yes, for sure. So Andrea started the initiative at our museum, the Canada Aviation and Space Museum, to honor Mark's memory, but also to help. There are still, unfortunately, many war zones across the world. So this helps the kids over there. It's a heartfelt donation that people can download the pattern from our website and crochet their own or knit their own doll and come donate them at the museum over the month of November. This donation in particular topped the entire donation from last year in one spell. So the Kempville Retirement Home ladies spent a year crocheting these as a social activity, coming together, and decided to donate them to our museum. So it was a heartfelt gesture and one that we're very proud of, honestly.
And you can tell when something like that, these are handmade, it actually, it's made with love for these children, right? And you can tell just by when you look here, you just get that warm, cozy feeling, which is so needed in those areas. And again, let's not overlook how much it is compared to the yearly donation, right, with how much is made. On Remembrance Day, though, there is something special going on as well.
Yes.
So we have our Remembrance Week programming that actually started earlier this week, and it's ongoing until Remembrance Day. So we have special heroes and heroines tours that we're giving on trailblazers in aviation and space. We have a commemorative dossier craft that people can make. We have a wall of heroes that people can add their own heroes to the wall. And on Saturday, we are doing a special Indigenous Veterans Day event where we will have some speakers come in and talk about the importance of that day as well. So
it's so amazing. How did you guys come up with the idea to kind of tie that into Remembrance Day? What was the thought process there?
So Indigenous Veterans Day has actually been around for about 30 years. And so we wanted to start doing something a little bit more and commemorating that day specifically, because a lot of people don't know of its existence or its importance. So we really want to put that out there.
We highlight a lot of the innovative technology around aircraft, spacecraft at our museum, but the stories of the people that flew the aircraft, that flew the rockets, that built and designed. We cannot forget the human aspect of any historical moment in Canada's history. So that's part of the programming, the diversity of people who served as well. So Indigenous Veterans Day is very important for us as well.
This is what we need more of in this world. So we can't thank you enough for what you're doing, both with the museum, with the donation, and then coming on to tell your story. Thanks to the two of you for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
Melissa, over to you.
Well, coming up, the colder temperatures are here, and there's even a little bit of snow in the forecast this weekend. We'll hear from W.O. Stinson and Son up next about how to save money on your heating bill this season. Our guest is standing by in the Your Morning Ottawa Lazy Boy Lounge. Will be joining us next. Here's a live look for a Centennial Glass Skycam this morning. A cold start to your Friday. Temperatures feeling like -5. It is 7:13.
Never forget your bravery, your strength, your sacrifice.
The very best and bravest of our nation. These heroic souls stood on guard for freedom.
Join the CTV News team and me as Canada comes together to remember.
Remembrance Day 2025, Tuesday morning at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific on CTV.
Well, it's no secret that in Ottawa, winter can sometimes feel like this.
I'll give you a winter prediction. It's going to be cold, it's going to be gray, and it's going to last you for the rest of your life.
Oh, Yes, we can all relate. And while we can't avoid the long, cold winter in the capital, we can take some steps right now to make sure our homes are well ready for the colder weather. And joining me now is Chris Eves from W.O. Stinson & Son to tell us more about how we can prep your home and save money on that heating bill this season. Good morning to you, Chris. Are you ready for this wallop of winter?
We are ready.
You are ready.
We're
Well,
ready.
you're better than half of us. Tell us how we can get ready at home. And of course, one thing you say, heating system maintenance. Let's talk about it.
Maintenance is number one.
Okay.
I mean, we need that preventative maintenance. We need to make sure that the filters are clean. We need to make sure that it's operational, that it's going to turn on when we need it to turn on. Sunday, we get 10 centimeters of snow. We're going to want some heat.
Okay,
So we want that
absolutely.
maintenance.
So make sure you have your maintenance. All
Absolutely.
right, let's move on to insulation and draft prevention.
You know, the common sense, if we do have leaky doors, leaky windows, there are different packages, weather stripping, plastic, whatnot, that we can cover the door, cover the windows, the doors, there's draft stops, just anywhere where we do have that loss of heat. It's going to be more noticeable when the weather is cooler, but if we can do something now to prevent all that loss of heat and keep it inside the home, it's going to be better for us.
Makes sense. You know, we were getting draft at the front door, and it was my reef that it was preventing making the air come through. So.
Yeah, and now that whole entranceway is going to be cool for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we had to fix that. Okay, let's talk about conservation and comfort.
You know, so inside the home, if you're a single person, large home, many rooms, you live in one room, close the doors for the other rooms.
Okay.
Keeps the heat in one room. If you want more constant comfort air through the whole home, have the doors open. Open all the doors, and it's free flowing of air. It just keeps more constant heat throughout the home.
Okay.
Make sure that all your heating vents and return vents are open and free flowing. We don't want any restriction of the airflow throughout the home.
Okay, some great advice. And let's talk about safety checks.
Safety checks, I mean, you want to walk through the home now, look at your chimney, go outside of the home, look at the chimney. If there's something wrong with the chimney, if it needs to be rebuilt, if a cap is falling off, have it addressed. Look at the terminations for your high efficiency furnaces, the white pipes that come outside of the house. If they're cracked, damaged, anything that's wrong, get them repaired. They don't fix themselves, and they generally break when we need them, and that's in the middle of the night on the coldest winter night. So if we can do anything to prevent any of these service calls and to keep some of that heat inside the home, we're here to help.
And with all this snow coming, what should people be doing with their vents outside of the home as well?
That familiarize yourself where they are,
Okay.
and make sure that you always check after a heavy snowfall. 10 centimeters on Sunday, I don't think it's going to be too bad. Ground's not frozen yet. When we get into January and we have 20 and 30 centimeter snowfalls, that's when you want to go out and check, because if that vent gets blocked, your furnace is not going to work.
And if people haven't, for whatever reason, put their furnaces on yet, should they be checking it kind of right now ahead of time before it gets really, really cold?
Absolutely. Make sure that it works. You know, turn it on. If it works, you're good. If you haven't had that maintenance, book that in. You know, check the thermostat, change the batteries, make sure they're working. Smoke alarm, CO detector. These are all the fall steps, and it just saves some frustration, aggravation as we move into the colder season.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. And how can people find you if they want more information?
WOStinson.com.
Awesome. Thanks so much for joining us today. Will.
All right, Melissa, today we are talking about creatine. It's a little controversial in the eyes of media for some. For me, I'm going to take my bias out of it because I love creatine. Jenny joins us now, a nutritionist, to kind of tell us all about the benefits, maybe some things that we've heard. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you.
So where do we even want to begin with creatine today?
Well, we're going to actually just start with what it is. Let's just talk about what it is. So creatine it's made up of it's a compound that naturally occurs in the body, and it's made up of 3 amino acids. So glycine, arginine, and methathione. And your body naturally produces some creatine, 1 to 2 grams a day. So when we're taking creatine, we're actually using it for a bunch of different benefits, and there's a lot of new benefits that we can use it for. So a lot of people normally know it as an exercise tool, but I am going to talk about some of the other options that there are for creatine.
I love that too, because there's the physical side, but then there's also potentially the mental side.
Yes, the mental health side. So for brain health, there's actually some studies that say that it can help with cognition, but it can also help when you're very tired. So if you haven't slept very well, it helps with recovery, it helps with attention and focus. So this would be great for a bunch of people. A lot of people, sleep deprived people.
Maybe some morning show people.
Yeah, morning show people. It might be, it might be the best thing for you to be taking. And it can also help with brain, aging-related brain health. So when you're talking about somebody losing a little bit of their memory and cognition, this can help, especially if you're taking it with some consistency. One thing to note about the taking it with consistency is that you really do need to be consistent with it. So you can't just be like, I took creatine one time and then I didn't feel like I had all the benefits from it.
Right.
So you do need to be taking like a very small dose. So the dose that we focus on is around 3 to 5 grams. So most of these will have a teeny tiny little scoop in it. It's very small. It's just a little one.
Just a little guy.
Just a little guy. So some of the potential issues that some people have with it is that they will have too much. So they'll do too much, and then they'll actually start to feel like they're holding on to like too much water. Their stomach will hurt. They'll feel some digestive issues that can go either way.
Okay.
So if you're starting to see that, then maybe you need to go back a little bit on the amount.
And on that, what's the perfect way if I'm going into it where I should start? Because how do I know how much to take for my personal body?
So I wouldn't start with that 5 gram scoop. I'd start with like half of it, maybe 2.5 or 2, and then just try it out in something. We're gonna make a smoothie, we're gonna look at that, and then just see like how your stomach feels, and do that for about 4 weeks. Doing a loading phase, I don't even want to tell people how to do it because I know they can look it up, but I just don't want people to do it. I just want to briefly talk about the muscle health. So this is my Halloween decoration, but it's also, we're talking about muscle on bone, so skeletal muscle mass. It has been proven to actually help you retain skeletal muscle mass also when you're aging, which is a really big thing. But also at the same time, it also really helps anybody that has a dedicated fitness routine. And there's new studies to show that even if you do not have a dedicated fitness routine and you are looking not to lose as much muscle, so sarcopenia, as people age, they can lose some of their skeletal muscle mass. It really helps with that. So you can hold on to some of that muscle mass.
I love it because it's something that, you know, I've taken personally, I think, forever, maybe since I was 20 years old. And so much has come in and out of the picture of like the loading phase, too much, oh, is it bad for you? So overall today, it has so many benefits, but if you were to take anything away from it from the negative side, it's just having a little bit too much is the only
having
poor
too
side.
much, and there is also, if you have kidney issues, you must speak to a doctor or a pharmacist.
Okay.
And if you're taking any prescription medication, just with anything new that you're putting into a regime, you should speak with a pharmacist first.
I love that.
Yeah.
And there's definitely ways you can take it too. You can add it into your other vitamins. You can make it in a shake. You can dry scoop it at the gym as people do.
I mean, you can, but it's not the best. It's not the best.
Especially if you start, don't do that.
It is flavor free. So monohydrate is the one that is the most studied. So that's the one that I am recommending. These are all different brands, but there's lots of other ones. But skip all the like fancy stuff. Just like clean, just nothing else extra in it. Like you don't need colorings or fillers or flavors.
I love that so much, Jenny. I really want to thank you for coming on today because it is such a hot topic, and I think it's important that people understand the benefits and then out there what is the negatives about it, which doesn't seem to be too bad as long as you do it appropriately.
Yeah, exactly.
I appreciate your time this morning.
Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Melissa, don't worry. I got us suited for the whole year.
Amazing. Looks delicious. Well, coming up here on Your Morning Ottawa, we're checking out this week's new movies, including the latest in the Predator franchise, starring Elle Fanning. Matt Demers, Mr. Hollywood, is standing by in the Your Morning Ottawa Lazy Boy Lounge. We'll have all those details coming up next. Here's a live look from our Skycam on George Street this morning. A bit of a great start to your Friday morning and cold. Temps right now feeling closer to -5.
CTV Ottawa is your home for local news.
Katie Griffin, CTV News in the Byward Market.
Centertown.
Canada.
Stittsville. Bringing you local stories that matter the most to you.
Kimberly Fowler in Westboro.
Orleans. Barrhaven.
From every corner of the community. In the Glebe. Manotick.
Merrickville.
Brockville. From the team you trust, we are CTV News Ottawa.
Live, local, breaking news. CTV News Ottawa.
The National Capital Region is jam-packed with incredible experiences you don't want to miss. Hey, I'm Tanea Taylor, your iHeartRadio Weekender, powered by Barrhaven Ford. Get the inside scoop on all the biggest and best events every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday on CTV, Move 100, Pure Country 94, TSN 1200, and News Talk 580 CFRA. iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barrhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford dealership, and Ontario's #1 Ford EV dealer.
Happy Friday. It is 7:30 a.m. I am Melissa Lamb.
I'm Will Aiello, and we're not going to talk about it too much right now. We're going to give you a few minutes to digest. If you're just tuning in, we do have potentially significant snowfall on the way.
We do. A Sunday, so you have a couple days to kind of, get prepared for this. But I'm sure a lot of people will be going to get their shovels this weekend, maybe get your winter tires on, new wiper blades, all of the things. You're going to need it.
You have some salt. Melissa will have all those details coming up. We'll start with the news headlines. The controversial plan to redevelop Landown Park is heading to a final vote at Ottawa City Council today. It is a rare Friday meeting to discuss the $419 million project that would see a new event center for sport and music events, new Northside stands, and 2 residential towers. Opposition groups are holding a Lansdowne 2.0 rally this morning right outside of City Hall.
It was one of the worst mass killings in the city's history, and now the 20-year-old man responsible for stabbing 6 people in Barrhaven last year has pled guilty. And a warning, the details in this story are disturbing. 6 people were found dead inside the home in March of last year, including a mother and her 4 children and a family friend. According to the agreed statement of facts, Fabio de Souza, an international student who was living with a family at the time, told police after the murders that he was, quote, going to be deported and had no choice. I killed them all.
The victims and the community will be spared the further pain of a trial. I know that there are a lot of unanswered questions in this case. Some of them I simply don't have, and others I'm simply not at liberty to provide.
If there is a story to be told today, let it be about Tanushka's bravery, about his beautiful family, his wife, and his children.
De Souza has been sentenced to life in prison with no chance of parole for 25 years. The father, the sole survivor of the attack, said, quote, there is no recovery from this. Ottawa Mayor Mark Sutcliffe says he hopes the guilty plea brings the family some closure.
This has been a very tragic event in our city's history, and I feel for Danushka and his family. I've spoken with him many times, and I feel a great deal of sympathy for him and everything he's been through. And I hope that this is a milestone for him as his grief continues. I hope it gives him some closure, but I know that this is going to continue to be a difficult time for him.
After the mass killing, Sutcliffe ran the Ottawa Marathon in support of the father and in honor of the victims. Thousands of flights will be cut starting today at 40 American airports, triggered by the longest government shutdown in U.S. history, and that could have major ripple effects for Canadian travelers.
They're not exempt from this reduction. They will be affected by it, and the question is going to be, what does that mean? It's going to be a mess.
WestJet and Air Canada say they are monitoring the situation and will look to minimize any disruptions moving forward.
The Canadian Food Inspection Agency has now gone ahead with its operation to kill hundreds of ostriches at a farm in BC.
You want to know what pain looks like, Canada? She's going to lose everything she's ever loved for 35 years.
The fight to save the birds started last December after dozens of the birds died on the Universal Ostrich Farm. The Canadian Food Inspection Agency found traces of H5N1 in 2 dead birds and ordered the flock to be culled to contain the virus. The farm fought the order to the Supreme Court, but yesterday that appeal was dismissed. The new head coach and general manager of the Ottawa Redblacks has set the expectations high for his new squad.
Hopefully be here for a long time and build a consistent winner where, we're in the playoffs each year, fighting for a chance to win a Grey Cup. That's our expectations. That's going to be our standard moving forward.
The team described Ryan Dinwiddie as Plan A after firing former head coach Bob Dice. Dinwiddie comes from the Toronto Argonauts, where he had won 2 Grey Cups in 2022 and 2024.
Canada has unveiled the new uniforms for its men's and women's hockey teams, which they will wear in 2026 Milano Cortina Winter Olympics.
Yeah, Team Canada says the focal point of each jersey is the bold maple leaf crest that was inspired by the durability and brilliance of diamonds, which are, of course, made under pressure.
The Canadian women are looking for a 2nd straight gold medal, while the NHLers are back in the fold on the men's side.
I always loved it, too, to have the NHL people back in
I do, too.
To play. I just feel like you can't have the best of the best if you don't have those players
That
in
league,
it.
absolutely.
And we'll obviously be cheering for the women's team getting gold back-to-back times.
Yes, and it's not just, you know, Canada who benefits from the NHLers. Like, there's a lot of Swedes in there, Finland, U.S., so it really benefits most countries to have the full NHL back in the Olympics. So.
Yeah, it's just the overall play is better, not just specifically here in Canada, even though we're cheering for them, obviously.
Of course. And you know what? It feels closer to winter season with some snow on the way, and it's been popping up quite a bit over the last couple of days. Still a chance of those flurries this morning, wet into your afternoon, and then snow on the way this weekend, and a lot of snow as well. Still sitting at 0 out in the valley, warm in Kingston, Trenton. Temperature sitting at 7 degrees already in Kingston. -2 for us here in Ottawa. Feeling closer to -5, so there is that wind chill outside this morning. Cloudy skies to start things off, so some gray skies to start off your day today, and then rain on the way later on this afternoon. So it looks like it'll start around 1-2 p.m. later on this afternoon, and we are expecting periods of rain right through into your evening, overnight, and even early tomorrow morning before it clears out Saturday afternoon. And we could see upwards of 5 to 10 millimeters of rain in the forecast, then sunshine throughout the rest of the day on Saturday. And then Sunday, we are expecting snow. So this is 7 a.m. Sunday morning. You can see we're looking at some pink and some white. So that's a mixture of some freezing rain and some wet snow. And then this system is just going to kind of linger throughout the day on Sunday, bringing with it a ton of snow. Models are showing anywhere between 10 to 15 centimeters of snow on the way for us. Temperatures this morning will have around 2 degrees, a little bit cloudy for morning or recess. I know some kids have a PD day today. As we head into the afternoon, hovering around 2-3 degrees, then we'll have around 4 degrees throughout most of the rest of your late afternoon. Over the next couple of days, temperatures a little bit below the norm. Over the next 7 days, we're going to see below seasonal temperatures. We should be sitting at around 7 degrees, and we won't reach that over the next week. 4 for tomorrow again, rain to start things off, sunshine in the late afternoon, then snow on Sunday. Models are showing anywhere from 10 to 15 centimeters throughout the day Sunday, right through into your overnight. So hopefully we could dig out before we drive to work Monday morning. As we head into Monday, Tuesday, temperatures hovering around 1 degree, so still some cool conditions next week. On your roads this morning, here's a live look at your time saver traffic. It's been a great commute in so far. We are still collision free. You can see the split into downtown nice and easy this morning. No major collisions or delays.
Traffic brought to you by Presler Injury Lawyers. 1-800-JUSTICE.
Well, it's Friday, and that means we have some brand new movies to watch in theaters and at home. Matt Demirs, Mr. Hollywood, here to give us his top picks for what we can check out this week.
Yes.
Happy Friday, my friend.
Happy Friday. And, you know, we're starting with a bit of a twist on a popular franchise. It's the return of the Predator.
So this is your first hunt. And you've come to the most dangerous planet in the universe.
I also might just be targeted, but I have seen a lot of promotion for this movie.
Yeah, that's right. No, listen, it's out there. And here's the twist, though, Will. Okay, the movies, the originals were more like bloodthirsty, almost tinged in horror. Not this time. Here we got, by the way, it's rated PG, and it's an action extravaganza. So you're going to get a lot of action. You're going to get a lot of kills. But it is having a heart. It's tender. Yes, I'm saying a Predator movie is tender. But here's the thing. If that sounds crazy, it kind of was watching it, but it works. I was in with this. They're expanding the lore, too. You learn a little bit more about that species, the Predator. You're in their hometown, or their home planet, I should say. And, yeah, there's a lot more than meets the eye when it comes to the Predator. Who knew?
So you got to kind of separate the old movies from this one.
Right.
It might be in its own kind of world.
That's right, but I do say give it a chance because it worked for me.
Okay. All right, that's one down. What do you got for a numero 2?
All right, let's get our gloves up for Christy.
I think I found my thing. I bet most people go their entire lives and they don't even know what their thing is.
You the world champion right now. You think you what makes the world turn. But one day you're gonna wake up and realize that it turns just fine without you.
Starring, I feel like, the talk of the world, Sydney Sweeney.
That's right. You might not even recognize her. I mean, look at Sydney Sweeney in this movie. She's transformed herself to play this real-life boxer, Christy Martin. And man, what a story she had. But Sweeney delivers a knockout performance. Go see it just for her. The story will also, you know, it's very captivating to know the life that she went through and where she ended up. But yeah, I mean, Sweeney, I would love to see her in awards discussions. She's that good.
Wow. Well, I have heard amazing things and a little bit of behind-the-scenes stuff, too, about, like, preparing for the film.
Yeah.
Like, she went all in on this one.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's up there with the best of those boxing biopics. And for our last one, listen, get ready for some Frankenstein.
The great Victor Frankenstein. You made a mistake.
I created something truly horrible. Not something. Someone.
Okay, just by the trailer, I'd say this looks good.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Gloriously gothic from director Guillermo del Toro. I feel like he was born to direct this movie. He's all about those types of films. The misunderstood monster, and what better movie to tackle than the Frankenstein, based on the book, of course, and there's so many iterations, but this one, man, stands on its own. And just take a screenshot at any point and hang it on your wall. It's a piece of art, the way it looks, the cinematography, the production design. So yeah, I really enjoyed this. And by the way, that's on Netflix if you got it.
Nice, and I think that's a very now movie, right? Like taking someone like multiple personalities, having it showing both sides of the story. Like that's such a great movie for right now.
And speaking of not recognizing someone, I'll just mention quickly, Jacob Elordi is the monster, and I know he's a heartthrob, and here you see him as the monster.
There you go. Okay, so coming up, obviously, Remembrance Day, and you've got a list for us.
I do. I have some great movies that you might want to check out for Remembrance Day here in Canada. Red Snow over there on Crave. This is a gripping Canadian war drama. You got Remember. Christopher Plummer's in this, and it's just a haunting film from Canadian director Adam Egoyan. The Devil's Brigade, going it back to 1968. Man, this was a Canadian-American commando unit during World War II. That's what the movie's about. Hyena Road is also fantastic by director Paul Gross. And speaking of that guy, Passchendaele. Man, if you haven't seen that movie from 2008, you got to see it. Just a sweeping World War I epic. Great movies to remember on Remembrance Day.
Love it, Mr. Hollywood. Always adding towards our list of movies that we need to watch. Appreciate your time on this Friday.
Hey, thanks, Will.
Coming up next on Your Morning Ottawa, it is time to glam up for the annual Dress for Success fundraising event. Coming up, we'll tell you how you can snag some of those tickets to support this great local initiative. We're going to take a peek through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam, though. Snowfall on the way.
Oh.
Mr. Hollywood, not impressed, but the perfect opportunity to maybe go and watch some movies inside. Stay with us, everybody. We'll be right back.
The annual Dress for Success event is fast approaching, and here with all the details for us this morning is Sarah Florakis. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Exciting times that this is just around the corner. Give us the details on Dress for Success.
Dress for Success is a charity. We support women in vulnerable situations who are trying to enter the workforce. We provide them with professional attire and the tools and networks to be able to achieve their goals.
Amazing. And tell us about this event happening next Thursday.
So we have our signature fundraising event. It's coming up next Thursday, November 13th. It's at Lago Bar and Grill, and it starts at 7 p.m. It's sort of an amplified girls' night out.
I love that.
Lots of fun games and contests and prizes, all sort of centric around the fashion theme.
I love it, and everybody puts their best foot forward. You can see some beautiful fashions at a couple of events from the years past.
Absolutely. So it's definitely that opportunity that everyone's looking for to get dressed up. And
and kind of go a little bit out of the box too. I'm seeing some fashions that, you know, maybe sometimes this is the place to wear those things that you've been wanting to wear and you're a little nervous.
That's right.
Looks like a really great time.
Yes, in Ottawa there's not a lot of options for to really dress up, so this is the chance.
Okay, and are tickets still available?
Tickets are on sale, and we're actually 12 hours into a 48-hour flash sale.
Okay.
So you can visit our website, and all the information's there, and tickets are $20 off at the moment.
Amazing. Tell us about the Milestone as well, because you've just entered a new space.
Yeah. So in 2025, we moved to a bigger, more accessible space right across from the Tunney's Pasture Transit Hub. Most of our clients do take public transportation, so it allows us to serve them better. It's much bigger, and just a better space for us to be able to provide support to our clients.
And can you talk about some of the support that you provide for clients? If someone is maybe looking to enter the workforce, how can they, get in touch with you for services?
So all of our clients come to us through referral partners throughout the city, other social services organizations who are also supporting these women. And most of them, we have over 100, most of them are connected with us already. They make a referral letting us know that their client is ready to enter the workforce and to get the support associated with that.
And so what do you guys do to help them get ready to enter the workforce?
So primarily it's about building confidence, and we do that primarily through ensuring that women have clothing and head-to-toe shoes, bags, everything that makes them feel confident in an interview. But as well, we provide resume review, mock interviews, other programming to support women.
So you really help them with that transition to look the part to get the job they want.
Absolutely. And we say we give confidence, not clothing, but yeah.
I like that, but sometimes a little bit of clothing does give you confidence as well. Like it comes hand in hand.
Exactly. That's exactly what happens. Yeah.
Amazing program. And where can people go for, of course, tickets, those tickets, especially with this flash sale happening right now?
So, of course, it's available on Eventbrite, but I would go right to our website, dressforsuccessottawa.org. There's a pop-up, and it's the first thing you'll see when you visit the website.
Incredible. Well, thank you so much, Sarah, for joining us today, and best of luck at your event next Thursday.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Will. Coming up in your morning kitchen, the BB Cafe. We'll be getting a little taste and a sample of that coming up shortly. Good morning, Ottawa. Cold start to your day. Temperature is feeling like -5. Here are your milestone celebrations for Friday, November 7th, and we're going to start off with a happy 12th birthday to Alessio. This is with love from your whole family who loves you so much. We have a happy 6th birthday to Piper and Everly. Love Papa, Nanny, Auntie Banner, and Shadow. A happy 1st birthday. This is going out to little Odin. Love from Mama, Papa, Nana, and Grandma. We have a happy 5th birthday to Charlotte Rose. Love from Daddy, Mama, and Benny, who say they are so proud of the kind, compassionate, adventurous, and feisty girl that you are. Happy golden 8th birthday to Sheria. This is love from Jaya, Mom, Dad, Grandma, Grandpa, and Uncle Sanjay. And of course, if you have a milestone celebrated with us, and your birthday announcements for kids turning 13 years old or younger, and for those turning 100 years or more. We also do wedding anniversaries for those celebrating 50 years or more. All you have to do is send us an email, Your Morning Ottawa Milestones @ctv.ca, and we'll be sure to get your announcement on the air. Now let's take a look at your TSN must-see moment.
How's it going? Jermaine Franklin inside the TSN Sports Center newsroom with your must-see moment from Thursday. For it, we go to Buffalo. Sabres, Blues. Jack Quinn finds Josh Doan in front of the net, but Joel Hofer absolutely robs him. Hofer flashing the leather to keep this one out. One of his 27 saves to a shutout. Doan had the whole right side of the net and finds nothing but glove. That's your must-see moment from Thursday. And tonight on TSN, Tangerine Raptors basketball. Toronto taking on Atlanta. Pregame begins at 7 p.m. Eastern. That's all for now from the Sports Center newsroom. Have a great day.
Know someone who secretly makes our city amazing? We want to hear about them.
You know, the kind of person who goes above and beyond without ever asking for anything in return.
Because
Because Move 100, CTV, and Lazy Boy want to give them a huge shout-out.
We're searching for Ottawa's unsung heroes, the everyday people doing extraordinary things. Nominate someone for a chance to win them a $5,000 Lazy Boy gift card.
Nominate your local hero today.
Let's celebrate those who make Ottawa a better place.
It's Friday, November 7th. City Council is set to vote on whether to approve the controversial plans to give Landown Park a multi-million-dollar facelift.
Another Conservative MP has quit the party just days after another Tory crossed the floor to the Liberals.
And say it ain't snow. We could see our first major dump of that white stuff this weekend. Your Morning Ottawa continues right now. Good morning, everybody, and happy Friday. I'm Will Aiello.
I'm Melissa Lamb, and Rosie is away for today.
She is. Maybe she's out doing some shopping for some shovels, some snowblowers, winter tires, the whole shebang.
Getting prepared for Sunday. Oh my goodness, I am not looking forward to Sunday whatsoever. I'm just thankful that at this point it's looking like it's coming a little earlier Sunday as opposed to Sunday overnight.
Right.
Which means the drive-in Monday we should be clear in terms of we should have dug out from the system on Sunday.
Yeah,
fingers crossed.
Because to start the work week off on your Monday morning commute, that's a tough start towards the winter season.
Right, and a lot of snow on the way too. I'll tell you how much in a few minutes.
Ooh, full details coming up. We're going to start with our news headlines. The controversial plan to redevelop Landown Park is heading to a final vote at Ottawa City Council today. It is a rare Friday meeting to discuss the $419 million project that would see a new event center for sport and music events, new Northside stands, and 2 residential towers. Opposition groups are holding a Lansdowne 2.0 rally this morning right outside of City Hall.
It was one of the worst mass killings in the city's history, and now the 20-year-old man responsible for stabbing 6 people in Barrhaven last year has pled guilty. And a warning, the details in this story are disturbing. 6 people were found dead inside the home in March of last year, including a mother, her 4 children, and a family friend. According to the agreed statement of facts, Fabio de Souza, an international student who was living with the family at the time, told police after the murders that he was, quote, going to be deported and had no choice. I killed them all.
The victims and the community will be spared the further pain of a trial. I know that there are a lot of unanswered questions in this case. Some of them I simply don't have, and others I'm simply not at liberty to provide.
If there is a story to be told today, that it be about Tanushka's bravery, about his beautiful family, his wife, and his children.
De Souza has been sentenced to life in prison with no chance of parole for 25 years. The father, the sole survivor of the attack, said, quote, there is no recovery from this. Ottawa Mayor Mark Sutcliffe says he hopes the guilty plea brings the family some closure.
This has been a very tragic event in our city's history, and I feel for Danushka and his family. I've spoken with him many times, and I feel a great deal of sympathy for him and everything he's been through, and I hope that this is a milestone for him as his grief continues. I hope it gives him some closure, but I know that this is going to continue to be a difficult time for him.
After the mass killing, Sutcliffe ran the Ottawa Marathon in support of the father and in honor of the victims.
A Conservative MP who was viewed as a potential floor crosser towards Liberals has resigned altogether. In a statement, Edmonton MP Matt Genereux said he ran in the last election hopeful that Canadians would put faith in a team led by Pierre Poilievre's Conservatives and that he wanted desperately to play a role in that vision. He did not elaborate on why he's resigning, but this comes just 2 days after a Nova Scotia Conservative MP crossed the floor to the Liberals. Meantime, Mark Carney's government has survived the first confidence test of the federal budget. MPs voted to defeat a budget sub-amendment by the Conservatives.
Yeas pour 139, 139. Nays contre 198, 198. I declare the sub-amendment defeated.
It criticized the budget for exceeding the $42 billion deficit threshold promised in the previous Liberal fiscal update. The NDP, Bloc, and Greens voted with the Liberals. This was the first of 3 confidence tests of the budget. A vote on the Bloc Québécois amendment is set for today.
The Canadian Food Inspection Agency has now gone ahead with its operation to kill hundreds of ostriches at a farm in BC.
You want to know what pain looks like, Canada? She's going to lose everything she's ever loved for 35 years.
The fight to save the birds started last December after dozens of birds died on the Universal Ostrich Farm. The Canadian Food Inspection Agency found traces of H5N1 in 2 dead birds and ordered the flock to be culled and contained the virus. The farm fought the order to the Supreme Court, but yesterday that appeal was dismissed. Thousands of flights will be cut today, starting at 40 American airports, triggered by the longest government shutdown in the U.S. history, and that could have major ripple effects for Canadian travelers.
They're not exempt from this reduction. They will be affected by it, and the question is going to be, what does that mean? It's going to be a mess.
WestJet and Air Canada say they are monitoring the situation and will look to minimize any disruptions moving forward.
Prince Harry is apologizing to Canada for wearing an LA Dodgers hat during the World Series against the Toronto Blue Jays.
I'd like to apologise to Canada for wearing it. Secondly, I was under duress. There wasn't much choice. I was invited to the LA Dodgers box, or the dugout, by the owner himself, so I was doing what I thought was the polite thing to do. But I'm going to wear this from now on to make sure I don't make any more of those mistakes.
He made the comments during his visit to Toronto. Prince Harry and his wife, Meghan Markle, were both seen wearing the Dodgers ball cap at the World Series game in LA last week. He also said it helped to cover up his thinning hair. Some Blue Jays fans, though, probably still not impressed.
You can use the Blue Jays hat to cover your hair, too.
But yeah, I know. I think it's too little too late.
And one of the most anticipated video games of all time has been delayed once again.
Grand Theft Auto 6 was originally set to hit shelves this fall before being postponed to May of 2026. It's now set to be released next November.
Wow, that's a big delay. And in a statement, Rockstar Games urged fans to be patient, saying it needs more time to meet the standards of play people have come to expect and deserve. It's wild how realistic this is to me. I've never been into video games, but just by looking at it, it looks more like a movie than a video game.
Yeah, for sure. And I think Grand Theft Auto, too, for those people that really love it, which is a large amount of people,
yeah,
they will have expectations, right, when you come into this new era. So I think they're just probably being protective because they really want to knock this one out of the park.
Well, you know what? It would be a good weekend to play some video games.
Yeah, I think so, because what's coming on the way?
There's my squeaky chair again. Especially as it comes into Sunday, we are expecting some snow. Maybe catch up on some movies. We know they took a hit last weekend, so maybe help the box office a little bit this weekend. Temps in Ottawa haven't moved. We're still sitting at -2. Does feel closer to -5 with that wind chill, so a cool start to your morning. Still warmer for Trenton, Kingston area 0 out in the valley this hour. It is cloudy to start things off, so a little bit of a gray start to your Friday morning, unfortunately, and then into the afternoon, it's looking wet. We're expecting rain to start. It looks like around 1-2 p.m. this afternoon, and then we will see periods of rain into your evening hours, right into your overnight and early tomorrow morning as well. We could see about 5 to 10 millimeters of rain in the forecast for today. Skies will then clear up tomorrow late in the morning and into the afternoon. On Saturday, we will get to see some sunshine. And then on Sunday morning, this is 7-8 a.m., it looks like we could start to see some mixed precipitation early in the morning on Sunday, some freezing rain mixed in with some snow, and then continuing to see snow throughout the day on Sunday. So just how much are we talking about? Models are showing, our system is showing 10 centimeters. However, some models are showing upwards of 15 centimeters of snow on the way for Sunday. So be prepared for quite a bit of that white stuff that you're going to have to dig out of Sunday, of course, to get to work Monday. Areas in the valley, not as much snow, same with Trenton, Kingston, but out in Cornwall, our model's showing about 26.9 centimeters of snow, 16 over in Mont-Tremblant, where we want all the snow. That's where we want the snow to go, not for us here in the city. But unfortunately, it's what's going to happen this weekend. Temps today will hover around 4 degrees into your afternoon, so below seasonal temps, and actually warm up overnight. So it will be warmer at midnight than it will be at 1 o'clock this afternoon. Tomorrow, temperatures also a little bit cooler than expected, and 0 is the daytime high over in Mont-Tremblant. So tomorrow also a cooler day. 4 degrees is where temperatures will hover into the afternoon. That wet weather in the morning, sunshine throughout the afternoon. -3 is the low. It will stay cool then Sunday and through next week. Below seasonal temperatures over the next week. Sunday, all that snow again. Models are showing 10 to 15 centimeters for us here in the city. A cold start to your Monday and Tuesday with highs of only 1. On your roads this morning, here's a live look at your time saver traffic, and it's been a great commute in so far. No collisions this morning, and traffic is still looking fairly decent. You can see if you're heading westbound, the split into downtown moving well. No major issues as well if you are heading eastbound on the 417. Will.
And just ahead on CTV Your Morning Ottawa, a celebration of Indigenous women is taking place this weekend. We will give you a preview of this great event in just a few minutes. We're going to take a peek outside through our Centennial Glass sky cam. Not a lot of sunshine out there, but it is rather cool. Maybe a little bit of rainfall before the change in precipitation from rain to snow on Sunday. Stay with us, everybody. We'll be right back in 2 minutes and 16 seconds.
Good morning. Here's a look at your sky cam this morning of Parliament Hill, and it's unfortunately a little bit of a gray start to your day. Conditions right now, feeling closer to -5. The Indigenous Women's Arts Festival is taking place this weekend. Over 70 vendors will be at Saint Laurent, where you can find interactive activities and live performances. And here with us this morning, we have 3 who will be attending the festival, starting with Dawn, who's also the founder. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Can you tell us a little bit about this festival that's happening?
Yes, the Indigenous Women's Arts Festival began as a way to bring us all together to exchange ideas and to share knowledge and to do workshops together. And thanks to the St. Laurent Shopping Center and Willis College, it has grown into this beautiful festival.
Wow.
So we'll have about 65 vendors this year, and then art installations that people can do together, like painting and stuff, and demonstrations as well.
So it's very interactive festival. Can you tell us about some of the different things that will be seen?
Yeah, I mean, hands-on is the best way, right?
Yeah.
So we have a photographer present, Brandy Bloxham. We have our Ohanega Healing Project, which is a huge project that gives love to water. So the children and, well, everyone can come and paint their messages to water on these massive paddle boards.
Oh, wow.
We have corn husk dolls, and we have basketry. So there's quite a few things going on.
Okay, and tell us some of the stuff that you brought in here for us today.
Yeah, this is my personal work. I do graphic design. I'm a feather keeper. And so I make Indigenous calendars.
Beautiful.
So in my culture, I'm Haudenosaunee, Mohawk. We really value good mind. So this just brings you connection to our Thanksgiving address, which is bringing love to the natural world every day. So it's full of special little holidays that are special for Indigenous peoples.
And very educational, it seems, as well.
And this is our fabulous one this year. I collaborated with my friend Samantha Dockstader to make the Sky World calendar.
Gorgeous.
It is gorgeous, and inside it has a poster. So for us, our spirituality really comes from the stars.
Okay.
And so Samantha has dedicated her life alongside her sister, Sasha Gahan. She has passed. And so they teach everyone in our communities about how we're made from the stars and how our creation story goes.
Thank you, Dawn, so much for joining us today. We're going to move on to Chanel, who will also be there from Fox and Feathers. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Tell us about your beautiful collection, something we will need this weekend with all that snow on the way.
Yeah, it's time for winter hats.
Yes.
So I make winter hats for the whole family.
Beautiful.
They're all on buttons, so a lot of my clients will mix and match as they go on, and it's really great for the kids' hats because as they grow up, the fur will last forever, so you could just make a bigger hat.
So cute. What is the fur made out of?
Most of it is fox, raccoon, and I get all my fur from Indigenous trappers.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a way to kind of full circle it. I make fur collars and earmuffs.
Gorgeous. And some beadwork as well. Can you tell us about these beautiful charms and earrings?
My beadwork is super healing to me. I started beading again 9 years ago when I got sober. So all of my beadwork has our 4 sacred medicines in it with sage, sweetgrass, cedar, and tobacco. It all has real gold or silver, and I use healing crystals like amethyst or blue lace agate. Moonstone, and Swarovski crystals, and then I stuff the medicine in the back, so it's like a little medicine pouch.
Oh, okay. Can we show that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, Oh, interesting. These are so beautiful.
Thank you.
And I'm sure this is just a small sample of your collection, right?
Yeah, we're going to have lots more out at Saint Laurent.
And where can people find you if they can't make it to the festival?
Online on a Facebook or Instagram at Fox and Feathers 1. And yeah, mainly on there is the best way to get a hold of us.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Chanel, for joining us today. And last but not least, we have Leanne here. And Leanne, you're a throat singer.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, throat singing is passed on orally.
Okay.
It was a pastime for women. Well, the men were out hunting, and the throat singing would help soothe a baby to sleep. And women have a mouthpiece, so the baby would be on the back, and the baby would feel the vibration of the throat singing.
Okay.
But nowadays, it's used as a fun pastime. And
how did you start throat singing?
I started throat singing when I was in Nunavut Sivuniksavut, which is a college program here in Ottawa, and they teach all Inuit history. So.
Okay, and you're going to give us a little demonstration here this morning. We'll get you to call in your partner and you can kind of explain what you're going to do.
Awesome, thank you.
You're welcome.
So the song that we will be demonstrating for you guys is a part of our Inuit alphabet. So E, U, A. It's the same as the ABCs in English. E, U, A, E, U, A, E, U, A, E, U, A,
Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us. That was beautiful. And how long have you guys been throat singing for?
I've been throat singing for about 2 years now.
2 years?
Yeah.
Wow, incredible.
Leanne and I learned at the same time, so it's been about 2 years for me as well.
Incredible. Well, thank you all so much for joining us today. And again, it's happening at the Saint Laurent Shopping Center, the Women's Indigenous Festival. And of course, you can head online as well, their Facebook page for more information. Will.
Thanks, Melissa. Well, coming up next on Your Morning Ottawa, we are wrapping up Sleep Week by learning a little bit more about at-home sleep testing and what it can do for you. That's coming up just ahead, taking a peek outside through our sky cam. It is a wonderful Friday, just a little on the cool side. Still a chance for some showers of the rain variety before precipitation maybe arrives Sunday of 10, 12, 15 centimeters. Full details coming up. Stay with us, everybody. We'll be right back. As we continue with our sleep week, we are ending it off with at-home sleep testing and how it can find some disturbances and then dramatically improve the way that you sleep. One of my favorite people, because we could talk forever and ever about sleep. Andrew Holmes from Sleep Efficiency is here. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
I love that we're going to talk about the way that it's progressed over the last 10 years, which we will get to. But I think it's important, too, that we first establish, what's the difference between this at-home sleep testing and the hospital-based testing that people are aware of?
Yeah, it's a good place to start. The hospital-based sleep testing is kind of the traditional approach. It's still considered the gold standard, but it is plagued with wait times. You're waiting almost a year to get in there. So, there's over 100 different types of sleep disorders that have been recognized. So if your indications are, let's say, seizure activity or something abnormal, parasomnia, REM behavior disorder, then the hospital is a more comprehensive test. Home sleep testing, obviously done in the comfort of your own bed. We do a deep dive into specifically sleep apnea and anything that kind of falls under the respiratory umbrella. There's a lot of metrics that are being captured, but that would be the distinguishing factor. Obviously, going to a hospital, sleeping in a hospital bed, comfort of your own bed, but 100 different types of sleep disorders in the hospital, whereas we have a kind of a respiratory focus.
I love that. So now you've got people a little bit intrigued about the home sleep test. Who would really benefit from something like this?
Well, we think everybody obviously should get a sleep test done. Sleep is a non-negotiable. It's a biological process that needs to happen, and a lot of people are suffering. Your classic kind of symptoms would be those that are suffering, or people have complaining about chronic snoring. That would be a big one. Excessive daytime sleepiness. People who wake up a lot throughout the course of the night. People think sometimes, I have to get up and use the bathroom 2 or 3 times because it's a bladder issue. It's not. It's a respiratory event that's causing them to wake up and then they're going to the bathroom. So chronic snoring, morning headaches, excessive daytime sleepiness, multiple awakenings, witnessed apneas. if anybody's, if the significant other is actually saying, hey, you're kind of waking up gasping for air, a racing heart or heart palpitations, those would kind of be the classic symptoms. And they can be males, females. We even have a pediatric program that's running now. So sleep apnea was once thought as a heavy person problem, and it's only males, but it's really 1 in 4 Canadians now have sleep apnea, and 80% of the population are diagnosed.
Wow, and you used a word that I use almost every day when we talk about it here. I say non-negotiable. It's like my bedtimes, my wake times, they're non-negotiable. We actually had some fun this week talking about Melissa, myself, and Rosie's sleep times, and you got to get your sleep, but it's always great to get a little bit of more information to find out what specifically you're going through. And what's really cool is we're going to go through the generations of times of these sleep tests at home.
Yeah, so we've got 3 here, and these are all clinically validated by the American Academy of Sleep Medicine. All of our sleep tests are reviewed by a respirologist. The first one that we've got here, this big one, this is called the Alice Night 1 system. Sleep testing started about 10 years ago. So this was kind of the first generation that came out. It goes home, and we're still utilizing it, but it's quite clunky. The device has to go out, it has to come back again for a physical download, and it's kind of 3 pieces to plug and play. This one here is considered our express sleep test, where we're shipping these devices right across the province, right across the country. Device gets delivered to your front door. The results are automatically uploaded to secure cloud. We have results in 48 hours. The final one we have here, it's almost like large, medium, and small as we go down. This one's called the sleep image device. We call this the last sleep test you'll ever need. This one, you can actually have multiple night recordings on it, up to 3 to start, but we can keep adding them. And the metrics, even though you've got a larger device here, the smaller it gets, the more metrics we're actually capturing. On our sleep image device, we're actually looking at sleep quality, sleep stability. So there's strong respiratory focus on, breathing issues, oxygen levels, heart rate across the night. But as the technology advances, so does our healthcare. And it's pretty exciting that, once upon a time you'd have to go to a hospital with 1,000 wires attached to you. We've got it down to a small little package that can be shipped to your front door.
It's so amazing. And, I firmly believe that everything starts with a good night's rest and doing what you can to improve that. Even if you think you have good sleep, there's still a way to improve it. And actually, coming up in the next couple of months, Andrew, we're going to work together. I'm going to take that home, review some results. We're going to go over them on the show, get a couple of pointers, and then redo it, because I think it's just fascinating. I want to give you a firsthand experience about what it's like. So really appreciate your time, as always, my friend.
Thanks for having me. Great one.
Nothing like a good night's rest. Well, coming up next on Your Morning Ottawa, it's a family-run cafe making its way to the capital, bringing Persian flavors and a blend of unique drinks. Ooh, that looks and smells amazing. We introduced you to the BBs. Coming up shortly, but before that, we're taking a peek outside through our sky cam. Not a lot of sunshine today, and below seasonal temperatures throughout the next several days, with the dreaded snow word on the way. Stay with us, everybody. We got about 30 minutes left.
Good morning and happy Friday, everybody. It is 8:30 a.m. I'm Melissa Lamb, and Rosie is away today.
Yeah, I'm Will Aiello, and we have a little bit more prepared, but we do have a local spot coming up, BB's Cafe, which I'm very excited to take a peek at.
Oh my goodness, and they have a gluten-free option, which I'm uber excited about as well.
You always have both of us at gluten-free.
Yes, exactly.
All right, we'll get to that. We're going to start with our news headlines. The controversial plan to redevelop Landown Park is heading to a final vote at Ottawa City Council today. It's a rare Friday meeting to discuss the $419 million project that would see a new event center for sport and music events, new Northside stands, and 2 residential towers. Opposition groups are holding a Lansdowne 2.0 rally this morning right outside of City Hall.
It was one of the worst mass killings in the city's history, and now the 20-year-old man responsible for stabbing 6 people in Barrhaven last year has pled guilty. And a warning, the details in this story are disturbing. 6 people were found dead inside the home in March of last year, including a mother and her 4 children and a family friend. According to the agreed statement of facts, Fabio de Souza, an international student who was living with the family at the time, told police after the murders that he was, quote, going to be deported and had no choice. I killed them all.
The victims and the community will be spared the further pain of a trial. I know that there are a lot of unanswered questions in this case. Some of them I simply don't have, and others I'm simply not at liberty to provide.
If there is a story to be told today, let it be about Tanushka's bravery, about his beautiful family, his wife, and his children.
De Souza has been sentenced to life in prison with no chance of parole for 25 years. The father, the sole survivor of the attack, said, quote, "There was no recovery from this." Ottawa Mayor Mark Sutcliffe says he hopes the guilty plea brings the family some closure.
This has been a very tragic event in our city's history, and I feel for Danushka and his family. I've spoken with him many times, and I feel a great deal of sympathy for him and everything he's been through. And I hope that this is a milestone for him as his grief continues. I hope it gives him some closure, but I know that this is going to continue to be a difficult time for him.
After the mass killing, Sutcliffe ran the Ottawa Marathon in support of the father and in honor of the victims.
A Conservative MP who was viewed as a potential floor crosser to the Liberals has resigned altogether. In a statement, Edmonton MP Matt Genereux said that he ran in the last election hopeful that Canadians would put faith in a team led by Pierre Poilievre's Conservatives, and that he wanted so desperately to play a role in that vision. He did not elaborate on why he's resigning, and this comes just 2 days after a Nova Scotia Conservative MP crossed the floor to the Liberals.
The Canadian Food Inspection Agency has now gone ahead with its operation to kill hundreds of ostriches at a farm in BC.
You want to know what pain looks like, Canada? She's gonna lose everything she's ever loved for 35 years.
The fight to save the birds started last December after dozens of birds died on the Universal Ostrich Farm. The Canadian Food Inspection Agency found traces of H5N1 in 2 dead birds and ordered the flock to be culled to contain the virus. The farm fought the order to the Supreme Court, but yesterday that appeal was dismissed. Thousands of flights will be cut starting today at 40 American airports, triggered by the longest government shutdown in the U.S. history, and that could have a major ripple effect for Canadian travelers.
They're not exempt from this reduction. They will be affected by it, and the question is going to be, what does that mean? It's going to be a mess.
WestJet and Air Canada say they are monitoring the situation and will look to minimize any disruptions moving forward.
Prince Harry is apologizing to Canada for wearing an LA Dodgers hat during the World Series against the Toronto Blue Jays.
I'd like to apologize to Canada for wearing it. Secondly, I was under duress. There wasn't much choice. I was invited to the LA Dodgers box, or the dugout, by the owner himself, so I was doing what I thought was the polite thing to do. But I'm going to wear this from now on to make sure I don't make any more of those.
Might be too little too late. He made the comments during his visit to Toronto. Prince Harry and his wife Meghan Markle were both seen wearing Dodgers ball caps at the World Series game in LA last week. He also said it helped to cover up his thinning hairline. Some Blue Jays fans, though, not so pleased with that answer.
Well, Blue Jays fans might be happy with this. They'll soon be able to catch a glimpse of the pull-out couch that Addison Barger slept on the night before the World Series.
Is that the couch? No.
With the whole momentum, I mean, we're still carrying it with us, and we're talking about a couch. It's unbelievable. It really is. It's a pretty special story.
And I love that it's roped off
It's
in
so
red too.
small.
Just like, yeah, it's just tiny. So before hitting the first pinch hit grand slam in the World Series history, this is where Addison Barger actually spent the night. He stayed on the pull-out couch in Davis Schneider's hotel room.
The hotel says there was a room available, but Barger didn't want to be alone before such a big game. Barger actually ended up spending the night on the couch, the next night on the couch too, because of superstitions. And the sofa will be on display in the lobby of the Marriott City Hotel in Toronto until next Friday. I mean, makes sense why they're, posting this. That was quite the story, and I just love that he didn't want to be alone. He's like, you can sleep on my pull-out couch. He's like, sure, sounds great.
It's just so funny, right? It's like sleeping on the pull-out couch, doesn't want to be alone. Obviously, like a big game.
Biggest hit of his life.
Biggest hit of his life. Like, I would probably be like, okay, I'm sleeping on that bad boy again,
Oh,
too.
yeah, and that's what he did. Obviously, superstitions when it comes to sports, but unfortunately, he should have slept on it the last night again then.
Yeah, that might be the crutch. It's like, now that it's where it is, that's the next time he goes, we're sleeping on this couch.
Sleeping on the pool. And no offense, it doesn't look overly comfortable.
No.
Like, it looks short and hard and
He
not
definitely
comfy.
struggled with his sleep.
Oh, yeah.
But, oh well, he was there to play.
All right, I'm going to hand this off to you because I have some delicious food to eat. Here's the weather forecast
Okay,
for
I'll
you.
do the weather, but you promised to save me at least a little bit.
Absolutely.
Look at that, see? Friends helping
Lots
friends.
to share.
Oh, you're going to have me to talk about all the snowfall that we got to see.
Exactly.
You go first, I'll follow you.
You can deliver the bad news.
No, come on.
Before the good news.
Well, we do have a little bit of rainfall potentially in the forecast before that snowfall starts to arrive. But looking at the next few days, another point of this is going to be the temperatures below seasonal, especially relative towards the daytime highs. Normally, we're around 7 degrees. We don't really come close over the next few days. But the real focal point will be on that Sunday, as we expect maybe 5 to about 12 centimeters of some snowfall. It's looking like right now, though, the majority of that snowfall will arrive in the morning, not kind of trickling into that Monday morning commute. So we are going to continue to see at least a little bit of precipitation and potentially some cooler temperatures even into next week. Back to today, 6 degrees, so really close towards that seasonal, and that's the warmest it's going to be for the next little while. Record high back in 2020. Wouldn't that be nice today? 21 degrees. I think we're falling well short of that. Temperatures and condition-wise, we still have a chance for a little bit of flurry activity this morning creeping into the afternoon. As it starts to warm up a little bit, though, the change of flurries goes to maybe a little bit of rainfall into the early afternoon window, into the evening window. North of Ottawa, though, we are seeing some snowfall in northeastern Ontario. So if we have any travels up to northeastern Ontario over the next day or so, expect some snowfall. So if we don't have the winter tires on quite yet, extra careful out on the roads over the next day or so. As we enter into Saturday, a chance for some precipitation will still linger in the Ottawa region, but then on Sunday, that's when it's likely that we will see that snowfall enter through, bringing that potential 5, 10, maybe even up to 15 centimeters. But again, the models right now are a little bit off. As we get closer and closer, we will have more defined numbers. Here's a look at what we could see on that Sunday. So just that double digits in Ottawa, Pembroke a little bit less, Kemptville a little bit more. So again, certain areas potentially seeing a lot or just a little bit. Cornwall north of 20 centimeters expected through that day. A little bit less into Gatineau, Tremblant. That's where we want the snowfall, around 17 centimeters. That's the positive point. We can start thinking about the ski hills, the snowboard hills as we look forward. Daytime highs today, below seasonal, basically across the board. Trenton and Kingston, though, seeing a daytime high of 11 degrees. Those are the numbers keeping us cozy before the temperatures start to drop. Petawawa 5, right at that freezing mark into Tremblant. Atletico plays on Sunday, potentially seeing a lot of snowfall. So if you are headed to the finals, make sure you are bundled up appropriately because it is going to feel cool Saturday into 3 p.m. 1, but it's going to feel like -3 degrees. So those temperatures starting to feel like winter, not just this weekend, but really continuing into next week as well. Overnight lows dropping beneath -5 degrees, feeling closer to -5 to -10 to maybe -15 when you crack open the wind chill. But again, the 10 centimeters potentially on that Sunday is what most people are going to be talking about this weekend.
Weather brought to you by Yeggendorf Rashid. Experience, knowledge, and a commitment to excellence.
Looking at your roads at this hour, you know what? The Friday morning commute has actually been pretty good. I know we've seen some collisions and some detours throughout the week so far. No precipitation out there right now, and things are moving quite well. We will still update you if we see any collisions or accidents to report over the next little while. Melissa, over to you.
BB Cafe is a family-run business bringing Persian flavors to the capital. And joining us today, we have Sarah and Nargis. Good morning to you both.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm so good, especially with this beautiful display. Everything looks so stunning and delicious.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about BB Cafe.
Well, BB Cafe originates from Toronto. It's a family-run business with 7 successful branches there.
Wow.
We are the first one in Ottawa. We were lucky to get the name, convince them that we can do it in Ottawa. So we opened the first branch in Ottawa like mid-May, so we're less than 6 months.
Okay.
Very excited to serve the community.
Yeah, and how has business been going in the last 6 months?
Well, amazing.
Yes.
In less than 6 months, we managed to just serve more than 10,000 customers, which is like fabulous. We are so grateful to Ottawa community. They've been very, very dear to us, supportive, and we are so grateful for that.
And tell us what makes your cafe special.
We are trying to combine the Persian culture with the modern coffee culture that we have here in Ottawa. And we are bringing the concept of the tradition, like a pistachio saffron flavor, which is rooted in a Persian culture a lot. And we combine with the modern culture, as you can see, and we presented with the right flavor to all the community here.
Oh my goodness. And how many different pastries do you have daily? Lots? Thousands?
A lot,
Yeah, because there
A
are
lot.
so many here. Okay, let's start by describing what we have on set here this morning. Tell us what we have over here.
Well, we do have berry tart. That's a milk bread, no gluten almond orange cake.
Which is this one here?
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, that is fabulous.
That one has my name on it. Okay, I'll reserve this
Of
one.
course.
Let's move on to these little cakes. What
These
are
are
these?
mousse cakes.
Mousse cakes.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's inside?
It's just a tiny layer of a sponge and then the mousse creamy on top.
Okay.
This one is chocolate, pomegranate, pistachio, strawberry, chocolate caramel hazelnut, and
Ooh.
lemon.
Wow, beautiful. Okay, moving on to over here.
And all different kinds of the Swiss rolls that we have is strawberry, espresso, pomegranate, vanilla, pistachio, and chocolate.
Oh my
And as I
goodness.
mentioned, as you can see on the first one here, we combined the saffron and pistachio, which are the two popular Persian flavor that we have, and then the tiramisu and the red velvet
So
cake.
little mini cakes. And then
Yes.
you have the larger cakes as well.
That's right. The pomegranate and the pistachio again as well. Those are very
Oh my goodness.
Persian.
How do people
flavor.
decide? There's so many
It's
options
hard.
to
It's
choose
hard.
from.
Very
How do you-
difficult,
I guess
yeah.
you don't choose just one. You choose a couple, right?
That's
Is that
right.
the best idea?
Yes.
And they always have a good reason to come back to
Yes,
us, right?
absolutely.
To try
Like,
all
well,
the
next
stuff.
time I have to try the chocolate
Exactly,
one.
exactly.
Okay, what do we have over here? More
We
pastries?
have Danish pastries here with custard, without custard, just to cover every different palettes.
Oh my goodness.
And cookies.
then-
Yeah, different sorts of
Wow.
cookies that we do. One of the special one is like this beautiful chickpea cookies.
Okay.
Very delicious.
Oh my
A Very
goodness.
unique flavor.
And of course, you are a cafe, so you also have coffee.
Oof, yeah. A good one, actually.
A good
one.
coffee?
Yeah,
Yes.
we do like different sorts of coffees.
Okay.
Espresso based,
Yeah.
freshly brewed. So yeah, we're also quite famous
Okay.
for the good quality coffee.
Now that everybody is salivating to dig in and try out some of your pastries, your delicious desserts and coffee, where can they find you?
We are located on 1400 Clyde, Unit 14. I just want to add to the drink that we have. Our pistachio latte is extremely popular, and I strongly recommend everyone who comes to our store, to our cafe, try that drink, which is very unique.
I don't have a fork, but I am just going to pull off a little piece of this beautiful cake to try it out here this morning. It was orange cake, you said?
Almond orange, yeah.
Oh, wow. That is beautiful.
Glad you like it.
Could taste the almond and the orange, and it's so moist and soft. Don't worry, Will. I can save you some as long as you don't mind that I pulled a little piece off.
I'm in.
Okay, see, he's waiting, he's lurking. Thank you again so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having us.
You're welcome. And of course, if you have an idea for us in your morning kitchen, we would love to hear from you. If you know of a chef or a great local restaurant, email us yourmorningottawa@ctv.ca. This is so good. Here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Skycam this morning. It's cold. -5 is how it feels outside this morning. We're waiting for some rain into the afternoon.
iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barrhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford store, and Eastern Ontario's Ford EV leader.
Kicking it off today with the Metcalfe Christmas Farmers Market. This features dozens of local vendors helping you get a head start on your Christmas shopping or just giving you some ideas while you browse. Food and drinks on site as well. Free parking too. Another great one to check out this weekend is the Indigenous Women's Art Festival at the St. Laurent Shopping Centre. You can celebrate the beginning of the Christmas season with a marketplace featuring over 70 vendors, art pop-ups, and live performances. Definitely a great one for the whole family and a fantastic way to celebrate and support local Indigenous vendors. And last on the list today is the Christmas Craft Show at the Nepean Sportsplex. This is one of my favorite events of the year because it always falls on or around my birthday weekend. I can't wait to check it out. It features over 100 vendors on site, and it's a great way to get into the holiday spirit a little bit early. Vendors include clothing, food and drinks, pet products, and a lot more. Admission is just $7 for adults, and kids 12 and under getting free. As usual, lots more happening around the capital this weekend. For the full list and all the details, check ctvottawa.ca/weekenders. For the iHeartRadio Weekenders, I'm Tanea Taylor. Have a great one.
iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barrhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford store, and Eastern Ontario's Ford EV leader.
Conservative MP has resigned just days after another sitting Tory MP crossed the floor and joined Mark Carney's Liberals. Let's check in with Bill Carroll this morning on News Talk 580 CFRA. And Bill, so this seems to be a trend. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I mean, this one says he's leaving for slightly different reasons, although he's not entirely clear on why. He needs to clarify it, though, because I'll tell you, the way he made it seem is, I wanted to be part of something big, a change. And in other words, you ran for public office, but if you can't be in government, it's not good enough for you. Like, you can't do enough work as a member of parliament on the opposition benches. There are a lot of good works that people can do on behalf of their constituents if they're in parliament. So I'm really disappointed to hear that. But yes, everyone is going to be asking the question, what does this say about the state of the Conservative Party? And let's get to it. What does it say about the state of Pierre Poilievre's leadership? He faces a review in January. It certainly can't hurt. He's got a little bit of time to try to straighten things out. I think the bigger problem, if you're Pierre Poilievre or anyone else who's been in opposition too long, is just simply job description. You know, your job is to stand up and criticize the government. That makes you look like a negative person anyway. He has that image now of being too negative, partly because he's so good at being an opposition leader at Pitbull. But if you're there in that position too long, it looks like you're there to stop progress, that you're negative, that you don't have ideas of your own to push forward, even though I would argue in this case, strangely, a lot of his ideas have now become part of this government's policy. So he's uniquely trapped, I think. We're also in almost a warlike footing where you want to be seen as supporting the government because of this battle that's going on with the United States and tariffs and the state of the economy. He's in a really tough spot. I think that's why you're seeing in recent months, even before the election, more of Andrew Scheer and others starting to do some of the heavy lifting of being critical of the government. You also have a media that has switched a little bit in the way we approach things. We used to see the opposition for what it was, which is, why do you oppose this bill? Now we hold the opposition to account. Well, what would you do? If you don't like this, tell me what you do that is better. So that has always been part of their job and should be questioned too. But I feel like the scale has tipped there a little bit. So yeah, it's going to be a tough couple of months and a lot of hard work for Pierre Poilievre to get this party on the right track.
Yeah, I think so. And again, we got to have that main reason for why he's actually leaving, because it's a little bit mixed right now. But Bill, have a wonderful Friday and a great weekend, my friend.
You guys have a good weekend too.
And remember, you can listen to The Morning Rush with Bill Carroll on News Talk 580 CFRA weekdays from 6 till 10 in the morning.
This is your United Way Minute.
Second Stage Housing Program is a transitional housing program at Landown County Interval House that aims to support women for up to 18 months after leaving an abusive situation.
From day one, felt accepted, felt heard and validated within my concerns, within my family situation and the abuse that I was enduring. My son and I entered the program with 2 suitcases, one for him, one for me. Having access to safety, security, and affordable housing really made a huge difference for me.
The United Way allows the Second Stage Housing Program to be present in Landown County. This allows women and children to get a stepping stone to their future, and without the United Way, we wouldn't have that for them.
The mental focus that I put towards healing myself in this program was huge. I'm mentally stronger moving forward for sure.
Help provide safety, security, and a bright future for families in rural communities. Donate today at unitedwayeo.ca or call 613-228-6700.
Well, welcome back, everybody. We got a couple of minutes left. If you have just tuned in with us over the last couple of minutes, there's something we've been talking about throughout the show, and it is the return of the snowfall.
Absolutely. We are expecting some snow on the way. It will start on Sunday. Originally, it looked like it was going to start Sunday overnight, but now our models are showing that it'll start earlier in the morning Sunday, which is great news, and that's because we can hopefully dig out Sunday before the real stuff, before we get back to work on Monday. And big news for soccer fans in our city, 2 playoff games this weekend. First off, with the Rapid FC, our women's teams, they are on the pitch Saturday at 3 p.m. Temps will be sitting at 1 degree. They have some pretty good, decent soccer weather. Mix of sun and cloud will feel like -3, so cold, but at least it'll be sunny. Then Sunday, it's going to be a very Canadian soccer game, Will. They're going to have to deal with the snowy elements. 0 is where temps will sit, blowing snow as well. It will feel closer to -5. So not only will will it be snowy, it will be cold, so dress appropriately. We know soccer fans are going to come out though, rain, shine, you know, they are there no matter what. So it'll be a very Canadian game on Sunday.
Yeah, and we spoke with Atletico yesterday, and we talked with Noah, who's one of the top defenders, and, you know, we asked him, we said,
are you ready for it?
Are you ready for that? Are you ready for the snowfall? And that was exactly what he said. He turns and he goes, you can't get more Canadian than that for a final snowfall in the capital, and expected to have the biggest turnout on Sunday, obviously. So we're rooting for you.
I'm just hoping if they score some goals, not snore some goals, score some goals, that they, you know, give us some nice snow angels on the sidelines.
Yeah, like the celebrations dance start to increase dramatically with the snowfall.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, hopefully everybody has a great weekend, and we'll see you back here Monday morning.